Hello, welcome to another Premier League experience on Premier Sport Fan Center. It's another watch along of the last game of match day 30 in the EPL, and it's a big one, the London derby between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur. What a way to end week 30 in the EPL, as Liverpool are currently runaway leaders, but Chelsea are also chasing the pack to qualify for one of the spots in the UEFA Champions League. Everything's still there to fight for the fourth, even the third position and the fifth position. Probably if the fifth will be making it through to the Champions League. My name is Adeyemi Shegun, and I will be your host for the next 90 minutes of this football affair in the EPL. But I'm not alone in the studio tonight, as I also have with me Paulo. Paulo, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for having me. It's promising to be another exciting day. And the big one. I think this should be the biggest of the fixtures of round of 30. I mean,
Match week 30.
Match day 30. So we expect to see a good game. And Tottenham versus Chelsea, whenever they meet, there's always goals. And I expect to see good game tonight also.
Yeah, we all expect it's a beautiful and interesting game. One thing is very certain about these two teams. Angel Postecoglou, that is the manager of Tottenham Hotspur, is known for extraordinary attacking football, and also the Chelsea manager is one manager who also loves to attack. So it's certainly attack versus attack, and whenever you have Sanchez in goal post, it's certain one goal against Chelsea. So looking at this game, I think, are we expecting more goals? We saw the first leg, though there was a red card for a Tottenham player in that first leg, but at the end of the day, Chelsea overturned everything and won that game 4-3, if I'm not mistaken. And Tries Postecoglou has played against Chelsea away from home, but he hasn't gotten a victory against Chelsea. Do you see him getting a victory today at Stamford Bridge?
Well, it's possible, bro, because if you're looking at the how am I going to put it now? Is it the form Chelsea are currently now since I think since January, they've not been that perfect like the way they've been playing at the early stages of this season. And Tottenham are a team you can't predict. They are like the Robin Hood of football. They win when you don't expect them to win, and where you expect them to win, they lose. So, but. For Tottenham to take anything away from this match, it will be a very, very difficult one, and they will have to work extra harder to get at least a point, or probably take all 3 points tonight.
Okay, Chelsea went into the international break with 3 losses from their last 6 Premier League matches, but with both Manchester City and Newcastle matching that defeat tally, they held on to 4th place despite their indifferent form, with a series of clubs lining up behind the Blues in the race for UEFA Champions League qualification, and there's little room for Enzo Maresca men to continue dropping points in the APL. So what's on the sighting? It's all they need tonight is 3 points against a struggling Tottenham Hotspur. So Tottenham also not really in the best form, but let's see. Some people have termed this game the Battle of the Bastards of London, but let's see if it lives up to expectation. It's kick-off already, and it's Tottenham are playing from the left of our screen, and Chelsea, the home team, are playing from the right side of our screen. I'm sporting the blue attire, while Tottenham are playing in the white top and black shorts in this encounter. Both teams are good numbers of injured players, but some players are returning, like Chelsea. They have Nicholas Jackson, who is back after 6 weeks layoff, and also talking about Cole Palmer, who missed that game against Arsenal and the international break, is back in the Chelsea starting 11. How big of an impact do you think these 2 players will be for the Blues?
Well, I think Chelsea's I think this 11 we are seeing now is that same 11 that Chelsea have been using consistently. That was when they were getting those wins. You see Kopama.
There's a chance for Chelsea with this big chance for first goal. Oh, the top! What a chance for Chelsea. What was Nicholas Jackson thinking there? He's back now, and that is what we've always seen from Nicholas Jackson. Typical Nicholas Jackson there, going one-on-one with the goalkeeper and not being able to put that into the back of the net. And that is what people have been complaining about him. How precise he can be in front of goal, how clinical he can be in front of goal. That has been what has been holding back Nicholas Jackson since joining Chelsea.
Yeah, and I think kudos to the goalkeeper. You could see the way the goalkeeper quickly came out. Vicaro is there, not allowing him to, though Jackson should be scoring that ball.
Yes, another chance for Chelsea's Nicholas Jackson for his second time in 2 minutes. Still not being able to pull that into the back of the net. All the bets will attack for Newcastle there. For Tottenham Hotspur, sorry. Chelsea regains possession in the middle of the park. Enzo Fernandez with the ball tries to play in. his Chelsea teammate. Yes, Tottenham will be breaking on the counter of their own. Here might just be a good chance. Yumi Son with the ball there, cuts in with the ball, and here's a chance for him. Go straight against goal there, but that was easily deflected by the Chelsea defender. Yumi Son with Tottenham first real threat on goal in this encounter. What an opening 2 minutes we're having at Stamford Bridge.
Honestly, I think we are having a great game. Seeing both teams going, head to head, trying to open the scoring. And look at the ball,
actually let him down there. The first touch actually let him down.
And
look at that. After the chest, I think he should have hold on to the ball there. And
it was even an home goal now. It could have been an home goal.
It would have been an goal. It was kicked on Nicholas Jackson by Van der Ven. Jackson who had the last touch.
And the woodwork was there to, I think this counter we saw with Tottenham, I think Umison could have done better. Cut the ball back. You have two players.
That is typical Umison we do. We've always seen in the old days there, but that is the way this game has started in the first 3 minutes. Both sides had their own chances of scoring one goal apiece in the opening 3 minutes, but Tottenham has a chance to try their luck again right here from the corner kick situation here in the 3rd minute. So the players are yet to find their feet at the Stamford Bridge, but we'll start seeing fireworks, flying around in the stadium. Here's a corner kick, and there's Caicedo, the Chelsea player there, who is limping, and that is one scare. I'm very sure the Chelsea manager won't really want to see. Tottenham takes that corner kick, is deflected by Chelsea. Cole Palmer on the ball there, tries to play one in, but there's no Chelsea player right there to get onto the ball. Tottenham backing ball there, we're back to the goalkeeper, Vicario with the ball outside the spot, sends the long one back into the Chelsea half. Malo Gusto with the ball there, sends it back into the Tottenham half, but off to a throw into Tottenham Hotspur. It has really been a lightning affair. Don't forget to be a part of this conversation, but drop your message in our live chat. I will promise to read everything out on Premier Sports Fan Center. Don't also forget to subscribe to the channel. Help us get to 5,000 and beyond in the subscribers. Amongst the subscribers, sorry. And yes, Tottenham Hotspur, the pressure is getting into this game. It's going to be a throw into Chelsea, and it's Marco Correa, and the Spanish international, will be picking that throw in for Chelsea right there. And the players asked to wait. We're just 4 minutes into this encounter, looking at the starting 11. It looks like Moises Caicedo can't continue today.
Yeah, and Chelsea needs to sub him to avoid, because he's limping there, and he seems going down tough there. So he needs to go. He needs to go.
It will be a big miss to Chelsea.
Yeah, it will be a big miss. I think there are other players that will be able to fill the gap. Probably
it looks more like an hamstring there.
And players going, and towards the ending of the season now, you see a lot of players picking up injuries.
It looks like that injury is a big
one. It was the collision
there with what's it called?
Spence
there. DJ Spence there, and Caicedo going into that tackle there, and just fell awfully there. And it looks like the Ecuadorian midfielder won't be able to continue. It looks like an hamstring injury for him. That looks typically around 3 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. That might just be. And for a player who we've hardly seen got injured since joining Chelsea, it will likely be a big miss. And look at who is coming to replace him. It looks like it might just be Reece James, who will be slotting into that midfield. Lot of injuries worry for Chelsea. Just because before coming into this match day 30 fixtures, Maresca also made made it aware to the fans that Chelsea will be without Romeo Lavia. And coming into this game also today, they lost Fofana injury. The injuries worries are just too much at this club.
Well, Chelsea, not just Chelsea only. It's almost all the old clubs now. When you have one player back, suddenly another, maybe two joins again. So it's, I don't know if it's as a result of too many matches. Being played.
We attack again. Jadon Sancho on the ball. He has DJ Spence to beat there. Owes onto the ball. The England international returns it to Marco Correa. Correa looks inward into midfield. Finds Angel Fernandez, who finds Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer has been without a goal in the past 8 matches for Chelsea. In the past 8 matches in the EPL for Chelsea. Back to Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho cuts inward into the box there. Returns it to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer with the ball there. Finds his Chelsea teammate. And yes, Chelsea on the ball there. Angel Fernandez with the ball. Finds Marco Correa. Correa finds Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho will return it back to Chalobah. Chalobah finds Cucurella with a cross into the box there, but that's still a chance for Chelsea. That went side net in there. And what a chance to Malo Gusto, the French international there. Couldn't put that into the back of the net. Like I said in this game, it has really been fireworks everywhere from end to end. It has been end to end stalls from these two sides. And I think
Oh.
Malo Gusto should be doing better there.
Yeah, that should be. He should be at least getting on target with that ball because. Oh no.
He should be doing better there.
Yeah.
He has a goal kick already been taken there by Tottenham Hotspur. Sends it back into the middle of the park. Plays in Dominic Solanke, the former Chelsea Youth Academy, who finds his teammate there. Tottenham Hotspur with an attack of their own right now against Chelsea. Sends it onto the wing. Finds Yumi Son. We cut him with the ball against Chelsea. Returns it into the middle of the park where he finds his teammate. Yes, still Tottenham Hotspur in possession of the ball. Beck Valley with the ball there. Returns it back into the hands of his teammate there. Goes back to Romero. Romero with the ball finds his teammate Spence there. Yes, still Tottenham Hotspur who are gradually coming into this encounter. Returns it back to the goalkeeper Vicario. Vicario will hold on to the ball. Finds Romero. Romero looks inward into the midfield of it. And yes, Tottenham Hotspur gradually coming out against Chelsea. Chelsea regains possession. Looks to attack against Tottenham Hotspur. Pedro Neto with the ball. Beats 1 and 2. Returns it back into the heart of the defense. Yes, Chelsea with the ball. Vicario will hold on to the ball for Chelsea. Finds Chaloba will come forward with the ball, tries to sting one straight and finds Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho has a chance to run against Spence there, tries to beat his man. Will he allow that to roll out for a throwing corner kick, but says no, holds onto the ball. He has a chance for him to run against Spence. They cross into the box. Tottenham Hotspur regains possession there and finally rolls out to a throw into Chelsea right there in the 9th minute of this encounter. We're just going to get the first goal with all these attack turned into a goal in this encounter, because that is what really matters most in a game of football. And Chelsea attack right now is Cole Palmer with the ball there, finds Jadon Sancho on the left side of attack for Chelsea. And yes, Jadon Sancho, what will he make out of that? Returns it to Marco Correa, back to Jadon Sancho, tries to beat his man there. Spence there, but it's out for a throw into Tottenham Hotspur. What a first 9 minutes we've had in this encounter.
Yeah, honestly, breathtaking 9 minutes, and you could see both team, but Chelsea have been the best so far in this opening 10 minutes. They've attacked Tottenham from left to right, but if it were other days, Chelsea might have gotten a goal. We've seen them, the woodwork.
Probably that's what we say. If they have a clinical striker will have put one of those two chances that fell straight into the hands of Nicholas Jackson into the back of the net.
You could the other one of Malo Gusto also, that could have been a goal also.
Probably if it was a like of Rhys James in that situation, he might have hit it on target. But Malo Gusto is not really known for goal scoring since joining Chelsea, and I think that is one of those things he really needs to work on. And yes, Tottenham Hotspur looking to attack against Chelsea. Other bets on the ball there, just to go back into the midfield where he finds his teammate Madison. Madison will switch his play and find Romero with the ball there. No, Van der Veen, sorry. Van der Veen returns it back to Romero, the Argentina international, holding on to the ball for Tottenham Hotspur as they look to initiate an attack against Chelsea. Yeah, we are straight into the 10th minute of this encounter, but still no goal to show for the two sides in this encounter. They really need to put the ball into the back of the net so to send the crowds into big chair. And yeah, he's Udoji with the ball there, looks forward to find his teammate, who returns it back to Udoji. Udoji will find Van der Veen. Van der Veen with the ball there, sends this or switches of play and finds his teammate there looking to attack, and Back Valley with the ball there, throws it and drops it straight for Aldobet. Aldobet looks inward into the midfield. Tottenham Hotspur gradually coming into this encounter right now after the first 10 minutes scare there. He has a chance for Tottenham to attack. Back Valley with the ball there, holds onto it, returns it back into the middle of the park where he finds his teammate. And Tottenham Hotspur attacking against Chelsea, but chose to force back into their own half and switches play there, finds his teammate as they look to attack right now against Chelsea. Chance for Tottenham Hotspur to create one against the Blues. They get very close to the Chelsea box, but still not finding it easy to get into the Chelsea penalty box. And there we are over the first 10 minutes and straight into the 11th minute. Chelsea regains possession, looks to attack right now. Cole Palmer with the ball there as Chelsea tries to initiate one, and Cole Palmer holds onto the ball, finds Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho tries to create an opening, will go straight for goal there, but that touch was actually a weak one and easily deflected by a Tottenham Hotspur player for Chelsea's first corner kick in this encounter. Look at how they won the ball back and the way they attack against Tottenham Hotspur. This has always been one of the criticism of which the fans has criticized the manager Angel Postecoglou, the way he play highlight football against teams. It's to the detriment of the team.
Yeah, they just need to be very careful because one second they're with the ball and the next second you see Chelsea inside their 18-yard box there, and they are more consistent. So they need to be very careful. And the manager has proven to be a stubborn manager. He said he's not going to change the way he plays football. That is the only way he knows how to
it looks
play.
like Moses Caicedo is continuing this encounter. I
Yeah.
think if I'm the Chelsea manager, they should be replacing him in these early stages, because Moses Caicedo going out injured is really going to be a big problem, for a big blow for Chelsea.
Yeah, a big blow for Chelsea, but they've I think they've tested what's his name, Reece James in the midfield, and they have other player like probably what's his name, the former Leicester City player also Desbrio that can come in to do the job for Chelsea. But let's just see. We don't just want to see what's his name, Caicedo going out with injury.
All right, this is the 13th minute of this encounter, and there's a bit of brawl right there in the box there. Tottenham Hotspur and Chelsea players going to it there. Romero and Levi Colwill having their hands around themselves, and the referee has come straight down there to have the words with those players. Looking at the Chelsea starting 11, it's Robert Sanchez in goal post for the Blues, and the back four of Marco Correa as a left back, Malo Gusto playing as a right back, Chalobah and Colwill at the centre back. In midfield at the base of the midfield, where we have Caicedo appearing with Enzo Fernandez. Up front is Jadon Sancho, Cole Palmer, and Pedro Neto. And the lone striker for Chelsea, Nicholas Jackson. A corner kick from Chelsea, easily held there by the Tottenham Hotspur goalkeeper. And Tottenham Hotspur clears their lines halfway there. Chelsea regains possession, and here might just be a chance for Chelsea to send one into the box. Returns it back to his teammate there. Still Chelsea in possession of the ball, and cuts inward there. It's still Cole Palmer with the ball across there. Vicario almost fumbling that, and rightly and straight back there from Nicholas Jackson, but straight into the hands of Vicario. I think this was 1-2 Chelsea missed with Nicholas Jackson when he was absent. Yes, the goals might not really be coming in from him, but the presence up front that there's a striker was what was missing by the Blues when he wasn't around.
Yeah, and I think Chelsea will be happy to have him back. Though there's been a lot of criticism from a lot of Chelsea fans, about his finishing. In these early stages of the game, I think he has gotten about 2 to 3 chances, but it's still the same Jackson that we know. But we know during his absence, Chelsea hardly get this kind of chances. Well, hopefully we'll bury one of those chances.
Oh yes, Tottenham Hotspur attacking against Chelsea right now. He crosses into the box. He might just beat. But just couldn't get hold of the ball there. I think it fell straight into the hands of the striker, Dominic Solanke, England international. Couldn't put that into the back of the net. Moises Caicedo with the ball, switches play across the wing there, and finds Malo Gusto on the right defense of Chelsea. Malo Gusto still holds on to the ball for Chelsea, returns it back into the path of his teammate, Pedro Neto. Neto will hold on to the ball for Chelsea. Chelsea go back and find his Chelsea teammate who holds on to the ball. And yes, still Chelsea in possession. Trevor Chalobah gets hold of the ball and found the Chelsea goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. Is Marco Correa with the ball, finds Cole Palmer, and the referee says that was an infringement against the Tottenham Hotspur, because the Tottenham Hotspur player had his hands all around Cole Palmer in that situation. I think that was also almost a good chance there for Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
But what's it called?
Was there a foul there?
I don't think there was a foul. There's no foul there, if I'm not mistaken there. So the referee allows players to continue and says there was no foul in that situation. And yes, Tottenham Hotspur back in possession of the ball, looks to attack against Chelsea. Levi Colwill will cover up, but it's a Bentancur with the ball there, and Bentancur with the ball there for Tottenham Hotspur. Just to go back and find his teammate spotting the jersey number 424 Spence. Spence finds Romero with the ball. Romero finds Van der Veen. Van der Veen goes out wide and finds his teammate, and Tottenham Hotspur will look to attack. Udoji with the ball there, switches position and sets it straight into the middle of the park. Still Tottenham Hotspur trying to create a chance against Chelsea, but straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez, as this one threat of the Chelsea goalkeeper. As we're straight into the first 16 minutes of this encounter, you can see the goalkeeper telling the players to actually calm the tempo and not allow the eye-line play of Tottenham Hotspur to disturb them. Kukureya with the ball there, switches into wing, into middle, and that is another kick. This time around is Nicholas Jackson. And looking straight at the Tottenham Hotspur starting 11 is Vicario as the goal post in what looks like a 4-3-3 formation for Tottenham Hotspur. In defensive space, playing as a right back, Idoji playing as a left back, and we have Van der Veen and Romero as a centre back for Tottenham Hotspur. In midfield is the midfield trio of Valverde, Bentancur, and Madison. Up front, we have Dobet, Sri Lanka, and Humison, who is the captain of Tottenham Hotspur, starting for Tottenham Hotspur in this encounter. We're still waiting for the first goal in this game, as both teams are still trying to size each other up. Tottenham Hotspur will come out to attack against Chelsea Reds here, but Chelsea regains possession and look to initiate an attack immediately. Enzo Fernandez with the ball, chasing the park there, chose to go out onto the wing there, finds his Chelsea teammates as Chelsea looks to cut inward with the ball, still Chelsea in possession. Malo Gusto with the ball, and this is an over 8 pass from Malo Gusto. For a play, still not going out. It went out. I would be surprised if that didn't go out.
That was it.
That was
a disappointing
cross from a player of his caliber.
Yeah, and I think what's his name now, Pedro Neto. We've not seen much from him. And I think he could have crossed the ball instead of dropping the ball down to Gusto there. But though so far we've not seen much from Pedro Neto in this game.
Okay, probably me. I'll have actually preferred Chelsea starting with what's it called,
Madueke.
Though you might argue that he's just coming back from injury. I think that's really been the argument from Chelsea fans, that he's just coming back from injury, and it won't really make sense saying them throwing him straight into the starting 11.
Yeah, and they have about 2 other players just coming also. You can't just throw all of them into the starting 11. And we saw Tottenham try something like that, I think, against Liverpool. They quickly rushed Vicario back.
Yes, I'm talking about that man. We've said we've not been seeing what's it called, Pedro Neto on the ball there. It's Chelsea still in possession of the ball. Malo Gusto with the ball, but chose to go back into the midfield where he finds Moises Caicedo, who had early injury scare, but he has been able to continue this encounter. Yes, Chelsea attacking. Jadon Sancho with the ball, has Pence to beat, and holds onto the ball, finds himself in the balls, and Cole Palmer with the ball, and that should be the first goal for Chelsea, but he still couldn't put it in the back of the net. How did that not go in? Enzo Fernandez with a chance there. Well, that ball wasn't and didn't go into the back of the net. How on earth?
Wow. That was
look at that again. That was a teasing ball there from him. And
it was blocked by I think that was
that is
Destiny Dogu. Yeah, and the goalkeeper was quick to react to it. That could have been 1-0 in favor of Chelsea. Tottenham just needs to be very careful at the back.
Yeah, you can say that again. They need to be very much careful at the back in this encounter. And Chelsea needs to take their chances. They are missing a lot of chances in front of goal, and we just hope that won't come back to haunt them, because that is typical of football. When you miss your chances, it comes back to haunt you in a game of football. We're straight into the 10th minute of this encounter. Tottenham Hotspur with a chance to attack in this one. Odubert with the ball, finds out back Valley with the ball there, beats one and beats two Chelsea players and looks to send a cross into the box. And yes, that's Tottenham Hotspur in possession, but Chelsea regains possession. Angel Fernandez and returns it back to the Chelsea goalkeeper, who miskilled that and sends it straight into the hands of the Tottenham Hotspur player. And it looks like we are seeing end-to-end stuff in this encounter. Opening 20 minutes, and both teams have been attacking against each other non-stop in this game, but Chelsea have seen the better chances in this encounter to score the first goal. But can we say they've been wasteful in front of goal? Yes, I think that is the adjective to actually qualify Chelsea. They've been wasteful in front of goal. And looking at the ball possession, is not really far from each other. Chelsea currently having 53% of the ball, while Tottenham Hotspur have seen 47% of the ball. Total shots for Chelsea in this encounter has been 4, and just one shot for Tottenham Hotspur. 1 shot on target for Chelsea, 0 shot on target for Tottenham Hotspur in the opening 20 minutes of this encounter. Looking at the way the game goes, we'll be waiting to see who is going to pull the first ball into the back of the net. We really want to see the first goal in this first half. Chelsea coming very close. Even a goal line mount, scrabble there, couldn't put up the first goal in the net for Chelsea. Still Chelsea in possession of the ball now. Looks inward into the middle of the park and switches play. I think they want to play more with Jadon Sancho, but how effective can Jadon Sancho be? We've not really seen him. He's not really a goal threat for Chelsea.
And Chelsea have actually use his wing more in these early stages, but
Chelsea attacking right now. We Cole Palmer get onto that, but I don't think he can get onto that as a Romero will get onto that before him. Romero finds a Bakhveli, and Tottenham Hotspur will look to attack against Chelsea right now, and descends it back into the parts of Spence. Spence looking well, tries to play in the run of Betuko. Yes, Chelsea regaining possession. Moises Caicedo with the ball for Chelsea, and yeah, we are onto the other side of 20 minutes. We're getting straight into the 21st minute. And Chelsea returns it back to the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. Sanchez with the ball there and holds onto the ball with Dominic Solanke chasing him down there. Returns it straight into the part of Jadon Sancho. Sancho finds Marco Correa. Marco Correa looks inward into the midfield and finds Moises Caicedo. Chelsea attacking right now and looks on send this back into the part of his Chelsea teammate Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto finds Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez goes straight onto the wing. Yeah, he's back into the part of Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto with the ball for Chelsea and finds Pedro Neto, who chose to go back into the middle of the park with Tottenham having almost all the player backs in the defense to defend that for them. And here's Marco Correa with the ball, finds Jadon Sancho, returns it back to Marco Correa. Marco Correa looks into the defense and finds Levi Coley. Levi Coley finds Chalobah. Chelsea attacking right now, trying to create one out of nothing there. And there might just be a chance for the Blues to create a risque against Tottenham Hotspur. Returns it back inward into midfield. Malo Gusto with the ball, finds Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto with the ball, asks Udoji to beat. What will he make? Do some step overs there, but chose to hold on to it and returns it back into the middle where he finds his Chelsea teammate. And still Chelsea in possession right now. And what will they make out of this? Levi Coley there with the ball there, switches and goes straight to where they want. And Jadon Sancho switches and plays 1-2 with Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer drops it straight for Marco Correa. Marco Correa finds Cole Palmer with the ball, and still Cole Palmer chose doing 1 or 2 runs there and it's out for a Tottenham throw-in. That is a wasteful one there.
No,
from,
I think it's
Cole
Chelsea.
Palmer.
I think the throwing is Chelsea throwing, but
Is it Chelsea throwing?
I think so. Yeah, I think the last touch was from the Tottenham player.
You wait to see who owns that throwing. Will it be Chelsea's? Tottenham's throwing. I think Cole Palmer
Oh.
actually had the last touch of that ball there. There's a throw into Chelsea, to Tottenham Hotspur, finds the ball straight into the part of Vicario, the goalkeeper there. And Vicario will drop it straight into the part of his teammate Spence there. Romero. Romero plays one up for there. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur looks to attack against Chelsea. Will this be a chance for a first goal for Tottenham Hotspur? Straight into the part of his teammate. Yes, sends it into the Chelsea, out of Chelsea's defense, but easily blocked here by the Chelsea defender. Would they've actually been brilliant in this encounter. Nicholas Jackson with the touch there and finds his Chelsea teammate. Yes, still Chelsea looking to attack against Tottenham Hotspur. Sends it straight to Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho first touch actually let him down there. Still holds onto the ball there. Finds Marco Correa. Marco Correa will hold onto the ball. Finds Moises Caicedo. Caicedo switches a wing from left to right and finds Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto has really been finding it hard to beat Udoji. He crossed into the box there, but there's no Chelsea player to get onto the end of that. There's a cross there from Pedro Neto, but the end product was 0 there from Chelsea.
Yeah, I think the cross was too much. There's no how those players could have made the ball. So Pedro Neto, like we said, we've not seen much from him, but the little time we've seen him, he has not been able to deliver with his final touches.
Yeah, his deliveries has actually let him down in this encounter. Yes, back to the goalkeeper, Vicario there, who finds his teammate there, Romero. Romero returns back to the goalkeeper and switches and tries to find Van der Veen there. Van der Veen will hold on to the ball for Tottenham Hotspur, looks inward into the midfield, finds his teammate and will hold on to the ball for Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea players eyeing the box there, trying to attack against Tottenham Hotspur, will look to send out that. And yes, Tottenham Hotspur in possession of the ball, still holds on to the ball after all that Chelsea attack. Couldn't get hold of the ball. Yeah, but just be a chance for Tottenham to attack against Chelsea. And back valley there, almost a beautiful moment. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur a chance to attack with that beat, but Chalobah came to the rescue for Chelsea. I think that was an offside call against Dominic Solanke. And I think the Chelsea defenders, both Chalobah and Colwill, needs to be careful about Solanke because his movement is actually top notch.
Yeah, we've seen his movement. He has been costing them a lot of trouble there. Though he has not been able to get any, real meaningful attempt on goal. But his movement, they just need to be very careful because he's a very quick, fast player, and Chelsea defense, you just need to be very careful with him.
Yeah, when is the goal going to come? For all the fireworks, we're yet to see a goal in this encounter, and it's the 25th minute of this game. Still no goal from both sides in this interesting London derby. Vicario will holds onto the ball, tries to play in his teammate, but that was an over-kicked pass there from the goalkeeper, and is out for a Chelsea throw-in in this encounter. Straight into the 26th minute, we're 4 minutes away from half an hour of football at the Stamford Bridge, which happens to be the home ground of Chelsea. Marco Correa will take the throw-in for Chelsea and finds Levi Colwill. Colwill will find Chalobah in the heart of Chelsea defense. Chalobah with the ball there finds his Chelsea teammate Enzo Fernandez, if I'm not mistaken there, and back to Levi Colwill, who finds Marco Correa. Correa with the ball looks inward into midfield, finds Moises Caicedo, who finds Jadon Sancho. Sancho couldn't get hold of that and it's out for a throw-in to Chelsea. And here we have Marco Correa takes the throw-in for Chelsea and finds Levi Colwill. Kobe will hold on to the ball for Chelsea, but chose to go back to the goalkeeper. Talking about Robert Sanchez. Sanchez with a long one, has launched that long one into the Tottenham half. There might just be a chance for Chelsea, but that up touch from Van der Ven was the decider there. Udoji will gather that for Tottenham Hotspur, but lost possession immediately to a Chelsea player. And yes, Chelsea coming out to attack against Tottenham Hotspur. Moises Caicedo with the ball there. And you think that this was a player some minutes ago was looking injured and about to be taken off, but right now he's back in play. Jadon Sancho with the ball switches into the box there, tries to shape his body for a shot there, but easily defended there by the Tottenham Hotspur player. But still Chelsea in possession, straight into the path of Pedro Neto. He has two players to beat and still holds on to the ball, but chose to go back and finds Malo Gusto. Gusto with the ball finds Chalobah. Chalobah with almost all Chelsea players sandwiched in the Tottenham Hotspur half. And here's a cross there from the Chelsea player. And here might just be a chance there. And still Chelsea. Marco Correa with the ball. A cross from Marco Correa. The touch was just too heavy. And you ask yourself, the finishing has been a problem for Chelsea in this opening 26 minutes.
Yeah, they've not been able to, probably, organize themselves inside the Tottenham half there. You see them just stringing passes open. They will see anybody who just come and, meet those balls. But they just need to be they need to organize themselves and, make sure if you want to pull in a cross, make sure you are aiming for your fellow Chelsea player, not just putting the cross open anybody will just come and receive the ball.
Oh, here's a corner kick for Chelsea, and his goal Palmer Wish standing on this corner kick. There's Chalobah, there's Scalaway, there's Nicholas Jackson, in the box there, all aiming to get onto the end of that ball. Let's see what the end product of this will be for Chelsea. All the Chelsea players in the box there. Cole Palmer with a strong corner kick for Chelsea, and that was another wasteful effort from the Chelsea players.
Yeah,
I think that was a
Pedro Neto. I think Chelsea crosses, both from corner and they've been very, very poor. Very too high, not meeting. And what was his name again? Pedro Neto. Honestly, it has been disappointing in this first 30 minutes of.
It has really been a disappointing first 29 minutes of football from Pedro Neto. Let's see if he can grow into this account here. We're 1 minute away from getting into the half an hour mark of football at the Stamford Bridge. Is still 0-0. You can keep your prediction coming into our live comment section and help us dialogue about this game and enjoy what is making of this encounter. There's a goal kick to Tottenham Hotspur, and it's Vicario, the goalkeeper, who is standing on this. Look, I always have a problem with playing out from the back there. It's always a big issue in some games.
Yeah, and Tottenham are very lucky to have escaped with that one. They're more really the goalkeeper. You see, rightfully well that there's a player marking that player, and you still pass that ball there, and that could have been a goal for Chelsea there, but
Jackson
they were very lucky.
With this great chance for Nicholas Jackson, but easily taking off the ball there, but still Jackson possession, but that went too high of the goal post. I can't count how many chances Nicholas Jackson.
I think we are back to seeing Jackson, seeing those with those Jackson comics.
Oh Lord of Nazareth! Look at that, good movement. The problem is the thing about Jackson is the movement is
finishing.
The finishing keeps on letting him out there. Look at the intention there. It was really nice, but the end product was just not so good for a professional footballer. It's still 0-0 right there in the 30th minute. A goal kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Vicario with the ball there sends a long one into the Chelsea half. Chalobah will get onto that, but still Tottenham Hotspur back in possession. Looks to create an attack of their own against Chelsea. Udoji with the ball there tries to play in his teammate, and I think there's a big problem with the communication between the Tottenham Hotspur players, because I can't really count how many times they've missed passes amongst themselves.
Yeah, they themselves, they've not been that convincing, and you could see with the way they've been playing, and in the last 5 minutes they've not been able to string more than 3 passes together, and they also need to get themselves together and find a way to get into the game back, because it's looking like Chelsea have found a way to take control of the game in the last 5 minutes.
Okay, let's see if they can turn that control into a goal, or with Tottenham Hotspur against all odds get the opener against Chelsea in this encounter. We've seen it happen in game of footballs when even not the side who are the better side we get the first goal or get the winner. That is one of the reasons why I say Chelsea needs to put the ball into the back of the net. They've been way wasteful in this encounter. Straight into the path of Nicholas Jackson. Jackson will hold on to the ball, tries to beat his man there, and back in place. Chelsea, Cole Palmer now with the ball there, tries to come in and tries to beat his man there. The referee allows place to continue, says that was a fair challenge on the Chelsea's talisman. What a bigger win back there from from Moises Caicedo. Chelsea will attack now. Jadon Sancho with the ball, tries to beat Spence and drops it straight into the path of Cole Palmer. And that should be a corner kick to Chelsea. Yes, rightly given. And it's 32 minutes of action gone. Still Chelsea struggling to get something meaningful in front of goal. You can see the players coming straight to the referee. That should have been a free kick to Cole Palmer. Let's see that again there. I think he got it wrong there. I think there was a clip on his leg. Let's see that again from a clear angle. Was there any clip?
I don't think so. You know, and it's not even inside the penalty.
No, I think the argue was for a free kick there. The free kick should have been given to Cole Palmer, but the referee allowed that to slide and says that was a fair challenge. A corner kick to Chelsea, and it's the Argentine who is the standing captain for Chelsea today. Enzo Fernandez will be taking this corner kick situation for Chelsea. Takes it and he lofts one into the box, but there's no Chelsea player to get onto that, and still Chelsea in possession. Tottenham Hotspur will break on the counter. This is the situation they've always want to put themselves in, and yeah, is Odobert trying to chase it down. And yes, Chelsea retaining possession, regaining possession almost immediately. What a way to get hold of the ball back. And Chelsea will look to attack, initiate an attack of their own right now. In the 32nd minute, is Malo Gusto with the ball and aimlessly drops it straight into the path of the Tottenham Hotspur player. A chance for Tottenham Hotspur to hit Chelsea on the counter there. And here's Odobert with the ball there. Still holds on to the ball as Levico with to beat, drops it for Back Valley. You don't want to leave Back Valley here. Back Valley into the box. Here might just be a false goal for Tottenham, but no, a good defensive work there from the Chelsea defenders there. And Chelsea will look to initiate an attack of their own there. Sends it straight to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto tries to beat Odoji, tries to beat him, cuts it back into the midfield and finds Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez finds Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer will attack for Chelsea. Finds Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho in the box as Spence to beat. And still Jadon Sancho in the box there, holding on to the ball. But the end product still a problem also for Jadon Sancho. He should be shooting for Christ's sake.
Yeah, that was another disappointing display there from Jadon Sancho. And kudos to Dijon Spence. He has really tried at the back line for Tottenham, because you could see most of the play has been from Chelsea. They focused on him, but he has held his ground there.
Yeah, yes, Chelsea looking to come back to attack against Tottenham Hotspur. Sends it straight to the wing there. Yes, Pedro Neto once again on the ball. Azudoji to beat. I think it has really been a big problem for the Chelsea wingers trying to beat the Tottenham Hotspur fullbacks in this encounter. Jadon Sancho is having it tough against Dijon Spence, and also we have Pedro Neto who is having it hard against
Pedro Neto is not even trying at all.
Okay, yeah, that's from Paulo. That Pedro Neto is not really trying in this encounter. Yeah, it's Chelsea in possession, and that should be a throw-in to the Blues, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what the referee is giving that throw-in to. Yes, it's a throw-in to Chelsea, and it finds themselves in straight there in the Tottenham half of this encounter. 35 minutes gone and 10 more minutes to play in this first half, and still 0-0 between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur right there at Stamford Bridge. Who is going to break the deadlock? Are we going to see a first goal in this first half? But I think for the play these two teams have played in this first half, we actually deserve a goal.
Yeah, and it's the way they've been playing. One would have thought we would have seen about 2 to 3 goals, but you won't believe that after everything, it's still only just one shot on target we've had in this game. You know, from Chelsea, yeah, and the other ones have just been short off target. So both of them have not been clinical. Though Chelsea have had a lot of chances, but their finishing have been very, very poor.
Switch is played there back to Jadon Sancho. Sancho with the ball as Dijon Spence to beat, and still Sancho tries to hold on to the ball. Drops it back to Marco Correa. Cucurella tries to send one into the Tottenham Hotspur box and lost possession immediately. Tottenham Hotspur, Dijon Spence there, who tried to initiate an attack here. Back to Jadon Sancho. What was that from Jadon Sancho, for Christ's sake? And just lost possession in a dicey position there. And yes, the referee says there was an infringement on Dominic Solanke by Chelsea player. Then it's going to be a free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Disappointed touch there.
I don't understand. It was gifted the ball back there from. I don't even know what that Tottenham defender was thinking there. And look at Jadon Sancho. I think Chelsea attackers have been very, very wasteful in this game, and I don't even know. They are just probably they don't know if maybe there's nothing at stake for them. That's why they're playing like this.
Okay, let's see if they actually think there's nothing at stake, but Chelsea has actually been really, really disappointing in this encounter. A lot of clear-cut chances has fallen their way, but putting into the back of the net seems to be a big question for the Blues in this encounter. Straight into the 37th minute of this encounter, still 0-0 between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur will look to initiate an attack of their own, switches play and finds his teammate there. Yema just very chance for Tottenham to send a cross into the ball. Yumi Son can shoot from any angle. And still Yumi Son there, big save there, big touch there from the Chelsea goalkeeper. What was that? Still Tottenham Hotspur with a chance there. And yeah, it's still that should be a free kick, but the referee allows players to continue that wasn't a free kick against Chelsea. But Tottenham back in possession, and yeah, it's Udoji who finds Yumi Son. Yumi Son will chase one and have Malo Gusto to beat and drops it back for his teammates. Yeah, it should be a corner kick to Tottenham Hotspur.
Wow, that was a let off there from for Chelsea there. Look at Yumi Son there, and I think Yumi Son too, though he has been quiet also, and he's been also disappointing with his ball in this game.
But what can we really say really caused Yumi Son's disappointing season? Is it because we saw that beautiful partnership between him and Harry Kane when it was at Tottenham Hotspur, but ever since Harry Kane left Tottenham, it has really been not the kind of.
I think it's this season. Last season, he still, we saw a lot from him, but this season he has been very, very poor. And Yumi Son is aging. I think he's around 30 right now. 30 plus now, and he's aging. And Yumi Son, the kind of these balls, he finished very well, but these days now. He has not been himself.
Okay, corner kick to Tottenham, quickly taken, but Robert Sanchez to the rescue for Chelsea. Another in-swinger from Tottenham Hotspur. But Chelsea finally gathers this and looks to chase that. Is Jadon Sancho on the ball, and it's him against is that Spence there. There's really been a big, really big fight or layoff between both of them. And here's Enzo Fernandez losing possession in a dangerous, dicey situation there. He shouldn't be losing possession there. And Chelsea regains possession. Malo Gusto will look to lead and initiate an attack for Chelsea, and he holds onto the ball, tries to play in Nicholas Jackson there, but Van der Ven is never going to allow him to get the better of him there. And good body movement there from Van der Ven to win the ball for Tottenham Hotspur. Brock Valley with the ball there, looks inward into midfield and finds Bentancur as Tottenham Hotspur looks to attack against Chelsea right now. And yes, still Tottenham Hotspur in possession. Look at that layoff pass there from Tottenham Hotspur. The communication, like I said, has really been a big problem for them in this first half.
Yeah, and that's typical of Tottenham this season. That's how they've been playing this season. And looking at that pass that was given to Jackson there, I think they Gusto that tried to play the run of Jackson there, knowing fully well you are playing against one of the fastest defender. What's his name now? Van der Ven. I don't. There's no how Van der Ven. I mean, Jackson would have run over Van der Ven there. So, but. Chelsea.
Okay, typical Chelsea. You can always say that. Tottenham Hotspur will come to attack right now, and it's Dominic Solanke with the ball there. Drops one, two. It might just be a chance for Tottenham Hotspur, but the Chelsea defenders there to the rescue for Chelsea once again. And the referee says that was actually an offside against Tottenham Hotspur, and that was Madison getting into a good position there, but the referee says that was an offside call against the England international. We're going straight into the 40th minute of this encounter, and it's still 0-0. 5 more minutes to play in the first half. 5 more minutes for either of these two sides to get the opener in this encounter. Marco Correa with the ball tries to play in the Chelsea player. Was it Moises Caicedo there, but the referee says that was a foul from Madison, as Chelsea who are going to start the play almost immediately, but the referee says no. The ball should be returned back to position for Chelsea to restart play in the 40th minute of this encounter. We've seen 40 minutes of this encounter and what started like a house on fire, where we thought we will have seen 1 or 2 goals, but unfortunately still no goal to report in this encounter between Chelsea and Tottenham.
Yeah, unbelievable. We've not seen a goal despite how both teams have been running the full length, attacking from defense to attack, and still not we've not seen goal. And both teams have been wasteful, more especially Chelsea, because Chelsea have gotten the most chances in this game, but they've not been able to convert them.
Funny enough, I think if Tottenham see the first shot on target,
it might lead to go
for Tottenham as well, because they are taking their time in building up play from the back against Chelsea. All they just need is to catch Chelsea off guard. I think that is what they are trying to create. Let's see if Chelsea will allow themselves up to be caught off guard in this encounter. Still Tottenham Hotspur in possession of the ball right now. Van der Ven with the ball and returns it to Back-Valley. Back-Valley will looks forward and finds Udoji. Udoji will attack and finds himself in the Chelsea. Finds Yumi-son. Yumi-son attacking from the left of Tottenham attack against Chelsea right now. And what will they make out of that? So still Yumi-son who finds Udoji. Udoji looks for inward into the midfield and finds his teammate back to Udoji. It's an offside call. Yes, that's an offside call against Tottenham Hotspur. And Udoji was caught in that offside position. And it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea against Tottenham Hotspur in the 41st minute. And as it's going currently, it looks like yes, we might not be seeing a goal in the entire of this first half.
Well, we might still see, but I won't be surprised if we didn't see goal, because the way both teams have been playing, they've not been clinical in front of goal. But in football, as far as the referee hasn't signaled, half-time whistle, we might still see.
Okay, let's say we'll be getting first goal, but straight into the 42nd minute of this first half. Here's the Tottenham Hotspur. Romero with the ball there, looks forward and finds his teammate Van der Ven. Van der Ven with the ball right there and looks forward and sends it straight into his teammates. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur attacking against Chelsea right now. Looks to send one into the half there, but returns it back to Van der Ven. And Van der Ven will hold on to the ball, sends it into the middle of the park, finds his teammate as Tottenham Hotspur. Udoji on the ball there for Tottenham Hotspur, finds Yumi-son. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur looking to attack against Chelsea. It might just be a chance and a cross into the box there. Will that be it for Tottenham Hotspur? But Kukureya to the rescue for Chelsea and sends it back into the middle of the park. But right now it's Tottenham Hotspur time to attack against Chelsea, because gradually they are growing into this game. The confidence is on the eye for Tottenham Hotspur right now. Can they turn it into a goal? Only time will tell about that. And still Tottenham with the ball right now. Romero will get hold of the ball. Christian Romero, the Argentine international, finds Udobet on the wing there. Udobet having want to beat to fight against the Chelsea defender Marco Correa. Just regains possession and looks to attack. Cole Palmer with the ball, finds himself in a position, and Yema just bring a chance to Chelsea in the box there, but the referee says that is not good. That looks like a wasted effort for Chelsea there. And back is Pedro Neto with the ball. What will he make out of that? Sends it back into the middle where he finds Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto back to Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto has Yumi-son to beat and has Madison to his rescue there, and it's two players caging the Chelsea player there. Yes, Chelsea attacking right now, but Chelsea go back, and yes, still Chelsea. Yeah, is Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo returns it back to Chalobah. Nathan Chalobah will find his Chelsea teammates, the captain tonight. Enzo Fernandez back to Chelsea player there. Levico with the ball and straight into the hands of Moises Caicedo, who finds Chalobah. Trevor Chalobah, yes, and yes, Chelsea attacking against Tottenham Hotspur. What would they make out of this? A cross is what is sent into the box there, but there's no Chelsea player to get onto the end of that. And here is Moises Caicedo winning possession for Chelsea, still holds onto the ball and goes out wide and finds Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho tries to cut in, but couldn't get an end off to that, and instead returns it back to his Chelsea teammate. Chalobah with the ball goes out wide and finds Pedro Neto returns it back to Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto with a snapshot into the box there, a snap cross, into the balls, but that won't be getting onto the end of the Chelsea player. And yes, still Chelsea in possession of the ball there, looks to attack right now and sends it back to Pedro Neto. Neto with the ball for Chelsea. Neto with the ball for Chelsea, cross into the box. With that beat, and yes, Jadon Sancho, still not a goal. How on earth is that not going to the back of the net?
Yeah, big save there from Vicario. Yeah,
but Jadon Sancho should also be doing better there.
Yeah, but no offside.
There's no offside. There's no offside.
Wow.
It
was the goalkeeper. Yeah.
Look at that from Jadon Sancho. I think you should be picking a spot on better there, but you have to give it to the goalkeeper. Vicario. Yeah. Beautiful save, fingertip save there from Vicario. That was destined for the back of the net, but Chelsea has a chance from a corner kick against Tottenham Hotspur, and that is what you get from Vicario, the Tottenham Hotspur goalkeeper, a reliable goalkeeper any day. And here's a cross from Chelsea, sends it back into the box there, and still Chelsea in possession of the ball. Looks to attack, that should be a foul, but yes, and the referee rightly giving that as a foul against Chelsea. There looks to be a rubble there between the Chelsea players and the Tottenham Hotspur players.
I think that should be the Argentine there. Is it not Romero?
I think it was Romero. And you can see the referee just looking at them all going into that clash. I just hope one player won't be getting a yellow card.
I'll be surprised if the referee is not booking anybody there.
Let's see who is on that issue there. Is the spot in the jersey number 30. Bentacore was the Tottenham Hotspur player who went straight at the Chelsea player and sent him straight to the ground. Let's see what the referee decision will be. I think there will be a lot of yellow cards right there. Chaloba might also be getting a yellow card, and also I think Bentacore will also be getting one.
I think including the Chelsea player on the floor also, because you could see he tried to play. The Tottenham player wants to continue playing.
Yellow card there. Let's see. Looks like Chaloba is not getting. I think yes, it has to be Chaloba. Chaloba is getting the yellow card for Chelsea there, and you can see what he's saying. That let's see who else. I think about 2 players have gotten a yellow card right now, and it's not going to be a record. No, it's not a record. We can still see the players arguing with the referee.
The Tottenham player wants to continue play on time, but they felt the Chelsea player tried to stop the attack there.
They just trying to stop the attack.
He heard into you could see they wants to collect the ball and play on.
That was Cristiano Romero.
Yeah, Romero, and he should be the one that was booked here.
I think Chaloba will also get a yellow card. Let's see what the referee decision will be. But we've seen 2 Tottenham players getting a yellow card there. But that was a shoving there from Romero on the
I think Chaloba and Romero, they were booked. Yeah, both players.
Okay, as Romero going into the books of the referee, and Chaloba also getting one for Chelsea in the early stages
both central defenders
of this first half. Both centre backs and both important players in this encounter.
Yeah, and they just need to be very careful. More especially the Tottenham defender. We know him. He's always rough with his his tackles, so he needs to be very careful.
Okay, yeah, that's from Paulo. He needs to be very much careful so he doesn't get himself sent off in this encounter. It's 2 minutes additional time, and we are straight into the second minute of additional time. But I think we'll be seeing more than 2 minutes to be played after that time that was wasted on that foul situation in the second half. Throwing to Tottenham Hotspur against Chelsea right now, and yeah, he's up. Spence with the ball for Tottenham Hotspur. He will look to send it straight into the path of Odobet. Odobet with the ball. Chelsea tries to chase him off the ball there, and it's going to finally be out for a throw-in to Chelsea. And like I said, it looks like this first half will be ending without a goal. After the fireworks in the opening 10 minutes, where we saw chances flying in from both sides, but fortunately still no goal to report in this encounter. Who would have thought after that first 10 minutes that we won't see a goal in this first half?
Honestly, it has been an interesting match. It's just that we've not seen any goal to it. That's the most important thing in this game, goals. But after the first 10 minutes with the way both teams were playing, one would have thought before 20th minute would have gotten at least 2 goals, but
unfortunately, it's still no goal in this first half. I think this might just be the last touch of this first half, but the referee allows on this play to continue from Tottenham. We returns it back to the art of defense, straight into the Vicario. Vicario finds, Van der Veen, who finds the Romero, who is not on a yellow card. Romero with a long one into the box there, just regains possession, but Tottenham gathers that, but that rolls out for a throw-in, and it's going to be a Chelsea throw-in in the dying embers of this first half. Look at the chance, chance there from Jadon Sancho. I think he did everything right there.
Yeah, it was the goalkeeper.
With that's a fantastic needed save. Yeah, might just be a chance for Chelsea, but straight into the hands of Vicario as Nicolas Jackson couldn't get into that position. Yes, Vicario holding on to the ball. I think any moment from now, it's going to be halftime break being signaled from the referee. And yes, we have it there. It's the halftime break, and the only meaningful chance in this first half came and fell into the hands of Nicolas Jackson in the first half. But he couldn't beat Vicario, same way Jadon Sancho couldn't beat Vicario in the first half, and the game had to end at halftime 0-0. Halftime at Stamford Bridge, 0-0 between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, halftime, we've seen an entertaining game, but no goal to record. And for Chelsea, they've been the better side, but they've not been able to convert their chances. And Tottenham are yet to have any shot on target, in this game. Though they've had, shot off targets, but on target, no. But for Chelsea, they've gotten through, but not been able to beat the Tottenham goalkeeper Vicario there. And we've seen some excellent play also from some players, and some players there have been also disappointing. Talking about Pedro Neto, one for Chelsea, and even Jadon Sancho. Apart from that, ball that he actually played, he has not been himself. And for Tottenham, I think their best player is Dejan Spence, because he has been superb at the back there. Neutralizing all the threat coming from the left left-hand side of the attack from Chelsea. And let's hope and see if we get a goal in the second half.
Okay, let's see if we'll be getting more goals in the second half, or we'll be getting the opener in the second half. But it looks like it's going to be a disappointing game to me if we don't see a goal.
Honestly, in fact, it will be with the way both of them started, it will be very, very disappointing.
Okay, Paulo, let's look at the bench of these two sides. For Chelsea on the bench in this encounter, we have Josh Achepong and Tosin Adarabioyo, Badashil, Dewsbury. There's also Tyreek George, Rhys James, Jorgensen the goalkeeper, Noni Madueke, and Christopher Nkunku. Looking at the bench, which of those players do you think is capable of coming into the second half and change the face of the second half for Chelsea?
Yeah, probably Noni Madueke, though he has been out injured. We don't know how if he's 100% fit, but between him and Christopher Nkunku, either one of them might be coming in. That is if Chelsea continue to struggle to get the goals, unless maybe there's injury to maybe any of the midfielders or defenders. But you won't look past Noni Madueke and Christopher Nkunku.
Okay, let's see if Christopher Nkunku or Madueke will be coming in for Chelsea in the early stages of the second half. Straight to the Tottenham bench, we have Bissouma on the bench. There's also Ben Davies. Archie Gray is on the bench. Brian Johnson is on the bench. Kinski, the goalkeeper, is on the bench. We have Moore on the bench. Pedro Porro on the bench. Papa Metasar on the bench. And there's also Tell on the bench. It looks like, to me, Tottenham Hotspur has a rich bench than Chelsea.
I don't think so. Apart from what's his name now, Brennan Johnson. The other ones, I don't think they are a real threat. Though you might say Manchester is still, I don't think he has played up to 7 league games. He is on loan, and I've not seen much from him. But I think Chelsea bench is still better than that of Chelsea when it comes to attacking wise. But though there are a lot of midfielders on the bench for Tottenham, unlike Chelsea, but Tottenham might be calling on the service of Brennan Johnson and maybe Manchester if the games continue like this. And there's also one player there. I was surprised to be seen on the bench, Pedro Porro. Because he's also
Spence has actually
he has done a great job. But we know that what Pedro Porro brings in, he's more attacking minded than what's his name now, Dijan Spence. Probably,
I think I look at the first star. I think they really need Spence in that defense. Because you look at the way Chelsea has overloaded that wing with Jadon Sancho, but Spence has done a good job over Jadon Sancho. The only time he let him off was that beautiful save we saw from what's it called, the goalkeeper Vicario. So we're waiting for feats of the second half and see what Chelsea will be bringing into the second half. At halftime it ended 0-0 between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, and with Chelsea having the better chances in the first half. But it's not really about the chances. You have to put the ball into the back of the net. That is what really matters in a game of football like this. And let's see, we hope to see more goals in the second half of this encounter between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur. Who is going to give us the first goal? We've not really seen much from the Tottenham Hotspur attackers in this encounter, and that's I'm talking about a player like what's it called? Looking at the attack line of Tottenham Hotspur, Odobert, Dominic Solanke, and Yumi Son. We've not really seen much from them, as much as we would have expected from this trio.
Yeah, and I was also surprised seeing Odobert starting ahead of Brennan Johnson and ahead of Matthias Ted. Though he has been with them since the beginning of the season, but he has been injured also. Though this game so far he has tried, but the Tottenham attacking line, front three, they've not been able to find what's his name, Dominic Solanke with the ball, including what's his name now, the English midfielder there, talking about the former Leicester City player now, Madison. And I think Tottenham they've not been able to find Solanke with the ball, and Heung-min Son has been disappointing also in this game for Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, let's say we'll be having the first goal from Tottenham Hotspur. That was the early scare from Chelsea in the early stages of this encounter. You have the big one also this weekend. Talk about that is Manchester United against Manchester City.
Yeah, the noisy neighbors, and and a big one, and both teams, though, we saw the first leg how Manchester United, no one gave them a chance, but went ahead and defeat Manchester City. And with the way Manchester United have been playing this season, you won't look beyond Manchester City to get all 3 points.
Okay, going straight to the statistics of the first half, and Chelsea ended with a better ball possession, 55% of the ball to Chelsea, and Tottenham Hotspur having just 45% of the ball. 6 total shots for Chelsea, 2 total shots for Tottenham Hotspur, 2 shots on target for Chelsea, 0 shots on target in the whole of the first half for Tottenham Hotspur. They need to change the course of this, shot on target, because not having a shot on target in the whole first half shows how disappointing the attack line of Tottenham is.
Yeah, and they've been very, very disappointed, and though they've not had more chances like Chelsea, but the little ones they've got, they've wasted it. We saw one from Son when he was supposed to even cut back. He tried to go direct, and he couldn't beat the shot couldn't beat the first Chelsea defender there, and they've not been themselves when they get to the final third there. Hopefully they will be able to correct those mistakes when they come in the second half.
Okay, on the Chelsea side, we've seen Neto. Let's talk about the wingers. Neto against against Udoji, and we also saw Jadon Sancho struggling against DJ Spence in the whole of this first half. What do you think these two players needs to do in the second half to improve?
Well, they need to do better. Though the two Tottenham fullbacks, they've been superb in this game, and more especially DJ Spence, because he has been working out. Because we've seen Cole Palmer try to come and help what's his name now, Jadon Sancho, but he has been able to hold both of them. But Jadon Sancho, he needs to he needs to do better, quick releasing those passes. And for what's his name, the other guy, Pedro Neto, you see him holding on to the ball when he's supposed to cross. He won't cross. He wait. They double up on him before he tries to cross. Probably they need to sub Neto in the second.
Now that's the question. That was where I was coming to. Because we have Noni Madueke on the bench, who will surely want to come in, or who the manager will surely want to throw into, probably as an halftime break as it's going. Pedro Neto can play also on the left side. Noni Madueke
probably switching both of them.
So who do you think will actually be substituted, Jadon Sancho or Pedro Neto? Who has been more involved in the play of Chelsea in this game?
I think Jadon Sancho has been more involved than Pedro Neto, because we've seen a lot from him than Pedro Neto. But I won't be surprised if the coach decided to, because to remove what's his name, Jadon Sancho, and introduce Noni Madueke. Then Neto can come to play from the left hand side, because he uses both feet. But with the way he has been playing this first half, if I'm the coach, if I want to remove either one of them, it's probably Pedro Neto.
Again, also Moises Caicedo in the first half went from an injury scare to actually being I think the highest rated Chelsea player at the end of the first half. We were scared of him going out for about 3 weeks, because it looks like it was an hamstring injury, but but surprisingly he's playing the first half to the end.
Yeah, he was able to overcome that early scares, and he has been very good for Chelsea in the midfield. Probably that's one of the reasons. Chelsea, they can't afford to lose him, because to be honest, I think he has been the best player from the middle of the park this season. He has been one. We've seen him intercepting some passes. He reached the game for Chelsea, and that's why you could see from the rating is the highest rated player for Chelsea. And we just hope he doesn't go out injured, and because at the early stage we were scared for him about 3 different times. We saw him going down the floor, but he has had a good first half.
Okay, the highest rated player on the Tottenham side, the highest rated outfield player, because the highest rated player is the goalkeeper Vicario with 7.1 rating, but the highest rated outfield player is actually Bentancur and the young Big Valley as at the end of this first half. And I think these two midfielders they've actually been everywhere for Tottenham Hotspur in this account.
Yeah, they've been everywhere. They've tried to help Tottenham to retain possession. More especially Bentancur. We saw him with those runs, breaking up play also for Tottenham, and you could see most of Chelsea ball actually come from the wing, rather than the midfield. But Tottenham try to play from the middle, try to find their own players, but both players they've really tried.
Okay, can you hear that sound? That both players have really tried in this first half, and we're waiting for confirmation of the start of the second half to have on the last 4 to 5 minutes of what really, to me, is a disappointing first half from both sides because I was expecting goals from either of the two sides, but they chose to be wasteful on the day. They should be putting the ball into the back of the net. They are not really far from each other. Tottenham, Chelsea completing 282 passes in the first half. Tottenham Hotspur completing 234 passes in the first half. 6 total shots to Chelsea, like I said, and 2 to Tottenham Hotspur. 2 shots on target for Chelsea, 0 shot on target for Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea have actually been the wasteful side in this whole of first half. Do you see it coming back to us, Chelsea, at the end of this game?
Well, in football, when you don't take your chances, and the other team got a chance and convert, that's when you know that it's good for you to take your chances. Hopefully, let's see, because Tottenham will have to change also in this second half, because I believe the manager have seen the way they've been playing, and you could see when the camera was showing us the Tottenham manager, I was agitating on the touchline there, shouting at his player. Hopefully we'll be able to communicate better to them in the dressing room. And for Chelsea also, not taking their chances, I just hope it will not come back to come and on them.
And on Tuesday, the UEFA Champions League returns, and we have the biggest one in the quarterfinals fixture. It is Arsenal against Real Madrid.
Yeah, I can't wait for that match.
But you guys will be without Gabriel.
Of course, yeah. The news broke out now that it's out of the season, and we might likely not be with also Uren Timber, but that one is not certain. And hopefully, we have probably the Italian back, what's his name again now? California and Ben White, but both of them, they've not been consistent. They are this season in terms of they've been having injury. Mostly California comes back and goes back, comes back and goes back. And for Arsenal, it's a worrying time. Most of our attackers are out injured. Talking about the German now, Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus were shot in attack and shot in defense.
There's just one person out in defense, so I don't really count that as
no. At the moment now, we are not, because looking at the injury list, there's Califury, there's Timber and White. Timber and White.
Tomiyasu is also out.
That one is don't go there with that one.
Okay, looking at the defense line, looking at the game on Saturday, I guess against Everton.
Yeah.
How do you think for match fitness or match sharpness, do you think Arteta should be playing in Ben White on Saturday, or just keep him fit for the game against Real Madrid?
Well, we will have to wait first to see if we will be able to, take part in the training first, because
he's not injured.
Because he wasn't on the bench at all against Fulham. So we just have to see, and it now depends on what the manager wants. If you have to prioritize that match or over the Champions League, probably give other players the opportunity to come on and take those positions, and given if those other players are available, then give them maybe 5 to 10 minutes to just warm up. But hopefully we'll be able to see Ben White back, but I'm not sure with Uren Timber. They might decide not to play him at all.
Okay, looking at it, what would be your starting backline if you are the manager? If you are in Arteta's shoes right now, what will be your back four against Real Madrid?
Against Real Madrid, it will depend on the availability.
If you are now speaking now with what we have at hand, let's say Ben White is back also for that game,
including Timber.
Yeah,
definitely. If we have Califury back also, if I'm the manager, I'll have to go with what's his name? I'll have to pair Califury and what's his name now? Saliba as the centre back. Then play Timber and Lewis Kelly from the flank. But if there's no what's his name? Califury. If I have Ben White, I'd rather play Ben White, because to be honest, I don't like seeing that guy playing there. But at the end of the day, it might be the one that we'll be seeing.
Alright, we're back to the start of the second half, and don't forget we'll be here in the studios on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday for European football activities, so that you can also always trust us to give you analysis and commentaries of those games as they go back. The big one, Real Madrid against Arsenal, the most successful side in the UEFA Champions League, with 15 Champions League, against Arsenal, who are yet to win one UEFA Champions League. Let's see if Arsenal will be breaking that jeans against the most successful side. But talking about the most successful side in London, Chelsea are back to starting this game. Excited with the UEFA Champions League title, playing against Tottenham Hotspur right here at their home ground against Tottenham Hotspur. It ended 0-0 in the first half. and it's the start of second half. Chelsea in possession right now, playing from left to right on our screen, still in their blue home attire, while Tottenham Hotspur are playing also in their famous white and black attire. And Chelsea return the ball back to the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. But before we go straight into deep into commentaries, what are your expectations in the second half?
Well, I expect both teams to do better, and I expect to see goals because the last 3 fixtures between Chelsea and Tottenham have produced a lot of goals. Maybe the first leg this season we've seen both teams scoring.
4-3.
Yeah, 4-3. We've seen both teams scoring a lot of goals, but so far we've not seen goals in this game. But I expect both of them to do better than they did in the first half.
The Chelsea will attack right now is Pedro Neto against Udoji. He tries to beat Udoji in the first half, but no.
He delays the ball too much.
Holds on to the ball too much. Yes, Pedro Neto with the ball, finally losing possession, but the referee says
from the referee, I would say play on
against the Chelsea player there, Pedro Neto. So it's going to be a free kick for Chelsea in the early stages of the second half. The first minute of second half, he has a free kick to Chelsea. Is the captain Enzo Fernandez, who is standing on this free kick duties for Chelsea. He has a Malo Gusto to him and also Pedro Neto to him. Will just be sent an in-swinger, or they'll just go for a short and pass and try to send a cross into the box to unlock the Tottenham Hotspur defense. Yeah, let's see what they favor. Pedro Neto also on the ball there, but looks like he has a chance to go for a cross into the box. And our net.
Wow.
Our net, could nobody get hold of that ball? Because you have about 2 to 3 Chelsea players in the box. Here might just be a chance for Tottenham. Marco Correa with the ball there, but straight into the hands of the Chelsea goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, and Chelsea attacking with the ball from the defense here. Switches position and finds Marco Correa straight one into the other half. And yes, still Nicholas Jackson with the ball for Chelsea. Holds on to the ball, but the referee flags that off as an offside against the Chelsea Senegalese striker. Look at this again. This was the chance I was talking about, and that's went straight out on it. Just a touch was what was needed here.
There was nobody. Yeah.
Okay, there was nobody to put a finishing touch on that one. Just a touch there was all they needed there to send that into the back of the net. But fortunately, no Chelsea player was there to just up in the nick of time. Tottenham Hotspur back in possession against Chelsea. Chelsea regains possession and back to play. Tottenham Hotspur will look to send this back from the back to attack against Chelsea. Sends it inward into the middle of the park, but aimed at nobody. Malo Gusto will gather this for Chelsea. Steals onto the ball here for Chelsea. Looking for who to drop that ball to. Finds Chalobah. Chalobah finds Moses Caicedo. Caicedo back to Levi Kowi. Levi Kowi will look straight to the left wing and finds Marco Correa. Correa with a long one for Chelsea. Over the top. Tries to play in Jadon Sancho, but they just Spence right there out of the rescue for Tottenham. He's throwing to Chelsea right there in the second minute of second half football at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea takes the throw in as quick as possible, switches position from left to right, straight into the path of Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto will try to beat Udoji, but just to drop a pass there to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez who finds Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto straight into the middle and returns it back to Levi Kowi. Levi Kowi finds Nathan Chalobah. Chalobah with the ball. Sorry, Trevor Chalobah. Trevor Chalobah with the ball there. Comes inward with the ball for Chelsea. Chose to go back to his centre back here. Levi Kowi. Levi Kowi will go straight onto the wing and find his Chelsea teammate. Chelsea looks to attack right now. It's Pedro Neto on the ball for Chelsea. Drops it into the middle. Where he finds Moses Caicedo. Caicedo will switch his play straight and finds Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho holds onto the ball for Chelsea. What will he make out of that? Sends it past straight into the hands of Cole Palmer. Still Cole Palmer with the ball. Tries to shape himself for a shot and he finally gets hold of that shot. But straight into the hands of Vicario, the goalkeeper, who saves that straight for Tottenham Hotspur. That should be a corner kick to Chelsea, but the referee allows play to continue. Chelsea regains possession and still Chelsea in the box there. Jadon Sancho with the ball. Lost positions in a interesting situation for Chelsea, and they cross into the box for Chelsea with that beat, and that is the final goal. That is the first goal in this counter, and he's Enzo Fernandez with the opener for Chelsea. This goal has been coming, and it took Chelsea 15 minutes of football at Stamford Bridge to break the deadlock. What a goal, and you can see what it means to the Chelsea player. A deservedly first goal in this game.
Yeah, I deservedly first goal for Chelsea because they've been the better side attacking wise, and I don't know what the Tottenham player was doing there. Look at how they allowed that cross to come. Or is it?
Yeah, it's a cross. It's a cross.
Yeah,
He was on mark
yeah,
there. He was,
Mark. Nobody was
Enzo
marking him
Fernandez
there.
was actually on
Yeah.
mark there, and he picked
So,
the spot rightly for the Chelsea first goal. Look at that,
wow.
sends the goalkeeper back to the right where he was coming from, and looks like yes, that is Cole Palmer with the assist for Chelsea's first goal. I think this was what Chelsea has actually been missing from Cole Palmer. Right now, I think we'll be having an interesting 40 minutes of football in the second half because Tottenham Hotspur will have to come out with a response against Chelsea.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see more goals in this game.
Yeah, yes, finally we've seen the first goal in the second half of this encounter. It's Chelsea who are moving back to the fourth position with 52 points. Should it end in the Chelsea victory, they'll be sitting at fourth position with 52 points. That will be about 5 points off Nottingham Forest, who
Yeah.
currently sits third, and also about 9 points, if I'm not mistaken, off Arsenal, who sits second with 61 points. So the fight for the top three of top four position is still very much on the line.
Yeah,
Yes, so we've started play back as Tottenham Hotspur who are picking the ball off off their goal post. And Chelsea will look to double their lead in this encounter. 52nd minute of action right there, Stamford Bridge. Chelsea leads 1-0.
Yeah, 1-0. Brilliant goal from the Enzo Fernandez, and a good cross also from what's his name now, Cole Palmer. And third time, just they allowed the Cole Palmer. I mean, the Argentine. Nobody was marking him. You could see, and immediately Palmer raised his head up, and he saw what's his name again now. The goal scorer. They're talking about the Argentine Enzo Fernandez, and he quickly released the pass. And the third time, they were just sloppy at the back there, and here they come, trying to see if they can get a goal or to equalize in this game. But Chelsea have been defending brilliantly so far in this game.
All right, yeah, straight into the 51st minute. And also, congratulations to Premier Sport Fan Center because we just hit 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. So, thank you all for being a part of this family. And we also promise to always serve you more. So, from 5,000 now, we're aiming at 10,000. So, get us straight into the 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. We can't just but thank you guys for all this time being with us on Premier Sport Fan Center. And what a way to celebrate Chelsea goal, and what a way to celebrate Premier Sport Fan Center.
Wow, a shout out to our viewers. Thank you all for being there with us, and we still like Oliver Twist. We still want more. Yeah, we ask for more. Please continue to show us the love, like, and share the page, and inform your friends also, and we'll continue to be here for you guys also.
Okay, Chelsea will look to attack against Tottenham Hotspur, and there is Chalobah, Trevor Chalobah going to the ground there, and I think he's back on his feet, and it won't be a big problem for Chelsea. Ange Postecoglou looking dejected and without, it looks like visionless to me right there. Let's just see the way he responds. There's a chance for Tottenham Hotspur to respond against Chelsea, but still being wasted there by Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea will look to attack right now. Holds onto the ball in the middle of the park. Nicholas Jackson finds his Chelsea teammate. Yes, Chelsea having about 4 players. He should be dropping that. And yes, Chelsea, Pedro Neto with the ball there, sends a cross of the field there. Tottenham Hotspur will gather that, and still Chelsea possession wasted there by Chelsea. And I think our fourth was it called Enzo Fernandez there. He had a Chelsea player very close, running straight into the box in space there, but just to go out wide and find what's it called. Look at that chance there. I think he should have slotted that straight into the Chelsea player, making that run inward there. And look at that chance for Chelsea. The over kick, overhead kick there from was Enzo Fernandez. But that will be threatening the goalkeeper. Tottenham Hotspur will break out from the back right now against Chelsea. Sends it inward and finds Begveli to the wing there. Finds Odobet. Odobet will attack against Chelsea there. Kukureya defending for Chelsea. There might just be a chance for Tottenham Hotspur to respond against Chelsea. But Kukureya says no, not today. That should be a goal kick to Chelsea.
I think it's goal kick or corner kick.
It should be a goal kick.
Wow, that was a opportunity for Tottenham to pull one into the box, but
he miskilled that pass.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea right there in the 55th minute. We've seen 10 minutes of action in the second half. And still Chelsea leading in this encounter 1-0. But all is not done and dusted already in this game, because it's a game of football and you can't rest on a 1-0 lead. It's a slim lead in football.
Yeah, slim in football, but we've seen a lot of teams go ahead with to win a game football match with one goal. You just have to make sure you keep your opponent from scoring. If you can keep a clean sheet when you are one go up, then you are good to go.
Okay, that looks like it's going to be a yellow card to Madison there, getting straight into the tick of action there as we run straight into the Chelsea midfielder there, Pedro Neto. I don't think this should be a yellow card. Probably a warning to to Madison.
Yeah,
free kick to Chelsea right there in the 55th minute. And one thing we've seen against Tottenham, we've seen a free kick goal from Chelsea. Cole Palmer scoring his first free kick goal for Chelsea against Tottenham Hotspur. But looks like this might just be a way. The distance might just be way too far for him to go direct on goal from here, and he's not even in the mix for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a free kick to Chelsea, and we have Pedro Neto and also the Chelsea captain there, Enzo Fernandez, standing on the free kick and duty or situation for Chelsea. Sends a low one into the box, and yeah, just got another header for Chelsea, and that's the second goal for Chelsea. Wow. Moises Caicedo this time around doubling Chelsea lead. What a way to scare the second goal for the Blues. 10 minutes of football and 10 minutes of goals in the second half. 2 goals within 10 minutes in the second half for Chelsea. What we didn't see in the first half and we've seen in the second half. Chelsea doubling their lead. Moises Caicedo with the second goal. What a blast, what a goal, and what a shot from the Ecuadorian.
Yeah,
offside call.
Is there offside there? Let's see.
Let's see what VAR decision will be, because I think that might be cancelled. That might be chalked up for offside. Let's see that again. Only if it was a Tottenham player who got a head onto that.
Yeah, but beautiful goal.
Should VAR cancel this goal? This was actually a beautiful goal from
yeah, and he quickly taken free kick there from Chelsea.
On it for possibly offside from a Chelsea player there. Let's see if it's going to be chalked off by VAR. We know it's likely going to be chalked off. Wow. Okay, we're waiting for VAR decision on that goal. Will it be cancelled? Will it be a goal for Chelsea? Let's see the Tottenham Hotspur player. It looks like there was a Chelsea player impaired in play there. Let's see. Was he actually off? The first player, Nicholas Jackson, was off, but it wasn't Nicholas Jackson who got onto the end of the ball. We're waiting for VAR decision on this one. And it can be a controversial decision. But that was a beautiful hit there from what's it called, from Moises Caicedo. Should it be cancelled? It's going to really be unfortunate for him, because that was a goal capable or goal worthy of a goal of the week. And we can see him still praying to God Almighty that goal should stand. We're waiting to see what VAR decision will be. Will it be an offside call against Chelsea, or will it be given as a goal to the Blues? The players are waiting patiently for the referee's decision. We're also waiting in the studio for the referee decision. It's a tight call. It's actually a tight one. Well, let's see who that call is. Let's see who got onto the ball. Is it Enzo Fernandez, or who got onto the end of the ball? We're waiting to see the lines be drawn there. We are waiting patiently for the referee decision. Will it be an offside, or will it be given as a goal to Chelsea? The referee having the word. Let's see that. Is it onside or is it offside?
I think the goal will stand. I think the goal will stand.
Okay, the players and the referees are also waiting for VAR decision and confirmation to see if it's a goal. The Tottenham players are praying to God Almighty for it to be chalked off, while the Chelsea players are praying to God that it should be given as a goal. Looks like the Chelsea player, but we can see the hand of that Tottenham Hotspur player who was with what's it called, Kukureya there on the other side. Looks like he kept the Chelsea player on side. But let's see. We're waiting for the lines to be drawn.
And it's taking a lot of time, you know.
Typical England VR. It was the UEFA Champions League.
Yeah, and I think on the from on the 16th of this,
from Saturday.
Is this Saturday?
Yeah, from this weekend fixture.
Yeah, we will see the is this semi or two?
Semi automated VR line. Okay, we're still waiting for the referee's decision on this goal. Will it be stand? It's an offside. So that goal is going to be chalked off. Unfortunately for Chelsea, that goal won't stand. And it's going to be chalked off. And it's really a dicey situation Chelsea find themselves. But Tottenham Hotspur will really be thankful to their stars. Just were denied of that beautiful goal. That was
quickly taking free kick from I think what's his name again now? Is it what's his name again? Pedro Neto, quickly taking free kick, and Tottenham are very lucky to have escaped with that there, and lovely goal from Moises Caicedo, but the VAR coming to the rescue of Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay, as we've seen, VAR comes straight to the rescue for Tottenham Hotspur, as that goal scored by Moises Caicedo won't stand. There've always been argument about some goals that VAR cancelled. That was the tiniest of goals or situation there. And yes, Chelsea attacking this time around. Sends it straight to Pedro Neto on the far right for Chelsea. Pedro Neto has Udoji to beat, and Chelsea come inward with the ball, but returns it back to Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto finds Moises Caicedo, who had his goal disallowed. And yes, still Chelsea in possession. Well, Marco Correa with the ball there, sends it straight to Jadon Sancho. Sancho looks inward into the midfield. Yes, Chelsea attacking again, and yes, straight into the hands of Palmer, for Christ's sake. Where was that player there? Yes, Chelsea losing possession, and Tottenham Hotspur will look to initiate an attack against Chelsea. Yeah, might just be a chance for them to break out. Chelsea regains possession. Referee allows play to continue, says that was a fair challenge on the Tottenham Hotspur player. Malo Gusto with the ball for Chelsea, goes out wide and finds Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto and Udoji has really been a big battle in this encounter. We've seen 1 hour of football at Stamford Bridge and still 1 goal to report in this encounter. And here's Leverkowi with the ball, finds Marco Correa. Marco Correa sends it straight into the path of Moises Caicedo. Caicedo with the ball, switches play, finds the Chelsea only goal scorer in this encounter, Angel Fernandez, who switches and finds the Portuguese Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto will cut inward with the ball, still holds onto the ball against Tottenham, and still in charge of the ball. Like you said, he holds onto the ball too much. But this time around, he chose to go to Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto finds Pedro Neto, who returns back to Malo Gusto, who finds Angel Fernandez. Fernandez with the ball there, with switches and goes back into the heart of the midfield where he finds Kowi. Kowi straight and finds Jadon Sancho. Sancho sends it straight into the path of Cole Palmer, but Cole Palmer couldn't get onto the end of that ball. 62 minutes of action. When are we going to see the first substitution from Chelsea?
From Chelsea or from Tottenham? Because I think Tottenham needs to make the substitution. You could see they're about to come in, because this second hour has been worse. They've not even been able to move past their own midfield there, and the way Chelsea have been playing. And I won't be surprised if Chelsea got more goal. They've been let off by the VAR there, but so far they need to make changes now.
Yeah, it looks like we'll be seeing 2 substitutions from Tottenham Hotspur, as we're seeing Papa Metasa and also Brian Johnson being prepared to come into this encounter. Let's see what we'll be bringing in for Tottenham Hotspur in the last 30 minutes of this encounter. But before that, there's a free kick to report for Chelsea there. And we can see the Chelsea players are lining up behind the ball with this great chance for a second goal for Chelsea. As we're straight into the 63rd minute, we can see no, the referee won't allow that.
That's how they quickly took that free kick the other time there. So, they have to retake the free kick now.
Yeah, it has to be taken by Chelsea. And you can see the referee having a word with the players that you don't have to take that as quick as possible. The central the referee today is Paulson Craig. Craig Paulson. Yes, as the referee, he's known to be dishing to dish good numbers of yellow card. He averaged 3.73 yellow cards and also averages 0.14 red card in a game of football. Chelsea has taken that corner kick, that free kick, sorry, but that won't threaten the Tottenham Hotspur player. Still Chelsea in possession of the ball, looks to attack against Tottenham Hotspur, and here's Angel Fernandez with the ball, tries to play in or straight into the path of Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto returns it back and finds Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer with the ball for Chelsea. And what will he make out of that? Tries to switch his possession, returns it back, and here's Malo Gusto on the ball. Malo Gusto finds Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto with the ball for Chelsea. What will he make out of that? Tries to dribble inward with the ball, still holds onto the ball for Chelsea. What was that, for Christ's sake? that is a shot capable of being withdrawn from the game. That was aimless. Tottenham Hotspur will be making 2 substitutions right now, and we'll be seeing Brian Johnson being thrown into this encounter, and it looks like it's Odobert who will be replaced by the manager Yumi Son. Is he going out? No, not going out. And we also have Pape Matassa who will be thrown into this encounter. Bakhveli we'll be seeing we'll be having the last of his action for today. 63 minutes be played by Bakhveli, and also 63 minutes played by Odobert, as the manager has chosen to go for experienced player right now.
Yeah, I think he's bringing on the more experienced players now, and they're still in the game. Thanks to the VAR that that's continued to keep them 1 goal. They can still come on to get something from it.
Yeah, it's still very much like, I'll give it to Tottenham Hotspur. They can still get something off this game. You don't take your eyes off Tottenham Hotspur in
and they've still not gotten any shot on target.
Yeah, still looking for their first shot on target, and might just be a chance for Tottenham Hotspur. Yumi Son on his favorite wing there, sends it straight into the path. And might just be Tottenham Hotspur with a first chance, and says it's going to be a corner kick. And you can see the Tottenham players asking for a penalty, that there was a hand, that there was a touch on that ball, by the Chelsea what's it called defender Trevor
Chalobah.
Chalobah there. Let's see that again with that BE corner kick. No, I think it was straight at his chest.
Yeah, and
not
it's
his hand.
even on the floor, so it wouldn't have counted for
His
it.
hand was more in a natural. Oh, I think he met his hand before his body, but I think he was in a natural position. There was no way he was going to switch his hand back. And
Yeah.
yes, that is it. The VR says that is not going to be a penalty to Tottenham. But Chelsea has a corner kick to defend right there in the 65th minute of this encounter. And we have the Tottenham players in the box there. Yumi Son is standing on this corner kick duties for Tottenham Hotspur. He's the captain of Tottenham and will be sending an in-swinger for Tottenham's equalizer in this encounter. Will this be the start of a return? It will be the start of goals for Tottenham Hotspur in this encounter as we have about 25 more minutes to play in this encounter. Corner kick to Tottenham Hotspur against Chelsea. What is Robert Sanchez doing there? I just pray it won't turn out to be another another error from the Chelsea goalkeeper. We've seen him being beaten from corner kick. No, we saw that. I think it was a corner kick Arsenal used in beating Chelsea that day.
No. Yeah, it was corner
It
kick.
was a goal from a corner kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just very chance for Tottenham Hotspur straight into the hands of the Chelsea goalkeeper. Unfortunate kick there from Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea will look to attack right now. And yes, Nicholas Jackson tries to get onto that ball there, but couldn't get hold of that. And Pedro Neto will come to the rescue. Romero will come to the rescue for Tottenham Hotspur in that situation. This should have been a chance for Tottenham Hotspur to get the second goal, but fortunately, their first goal in this game. But fortunately, they couldn't put that into the back of the net. But straight into the 67th minute of this encounter is still Chelsea leading 1-0 against Tottenham Hotspur. But gradually, Tottenham are coming back into this one as they look to attack and find their own equalizer against Chelsea. Romero with the ball sends it straight into the path of DJ Spence. That's Spence. Spence with the ball comes to Winward, finds a Pepe Metasa. That's Sa with the ball there. Sa tries to play it. Oh, that should be a yellow card. Let's see if the referee will be coming back. Romero and Nicholas Jackson. Yes, rightly. Yeah. Yellow card to Nicholas Jackson. He needs to be careful right now.
Yeah, he needs to be very careful, which is...
Because this was an unnecessary yellow card from me.
Yeah.
That's an unnecessary. You can see him telling the referee, that was my first tackle there. Footballers. Yes, we're getting straight into the 68th minute. Emotions flaring in for the players, and we can see Chelsea preparing for substitution. And it's Jadon Sancho who will be replaced. He saw a very beautiful chance in the first half, but unfortunately, Vicario had better options and answer to it. And Jadon Sancho will be replaced by the returning Noni Madueke, who will be returning against his boyhood club, Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah, we talked about it when we asked him who should be. I said I won't be surprised if the manager decided to, remove what's his name now, Jadon Sancho. Though this second half we've not seen it.
We've not really seen much.
Yeah, from in this second half,
he has been really be quiet in the second half. I just thought Hotspur will restart play against Chelsea right there in the 68th minute of this encounter. Sends a long ball, finds Yumi Son. Yumi Son would look to attack against Chelsea, drops it play. And yes, still Tottenham Hotspur. Yumi Son with the ball there as a Chelsea defender to beat Malo Gusto is there. And here's a chance for Tottenham Hotspur with a spirit chance for the equalizer. Chelsea gets hold of that. The referee says that was a fair challenge, not going to be a penalty against Chelsea. And this time around, it's going to be a free kick to the Blues.
I think offside. Yeah,
rightly given. It's going to be an offside call. And you can see Pape Metasa and Caicedo having a word at each other there. Let's see that. Was that? Oh, okay. He was saying that Matesa actually dived.
Yeah.
I think that should have been a yellow card to Matesa, because that was dive. That was diving from him there. I guess straight into the 69th minute, and you can see the chance that fell straight into the path of Tottenham Hotspur that we thought should have been that opportunity for a goal. Matesa going straight to the ground out too early. But it's not. He's lucky not to get a yellow card from the manager, from the referee. Sorry, Paul St. Craig. And yes, the play has restarted. And Tottenham Hotspur back in possession. The referee allows play to continue. Says that was a fair challenge. Yeah, might just be a bullet shot. Look at that go.
Hey, what is this? Matesa.
No,
what? I don't understand. Sanchez.
And you can see the Chelsea players.
I didn't for a foul.
There should have been a foul in the middle of the park, but the referee allows play to continue. Says that was a fair challenge. A well-deserved equalizer from Tottenham Hotspur, and what an immediate impact from Pepe Metasa, who was brought in by the manager. Bullet shots.
We need to see what happened there with the Chelsea goalkeeper there.
No,
I think the goal will stand because I don't think
the goal is going to stand. Again. No, there was no foul there.
I don't think there's any serious foul that we want them to, cancel that
He
goal.
got the ball off, easily
From
Moses
Casado
in the
there.
middle of the park. Let's see that again.
I don't think. Yeah, I think the goal will stand.
What score we looking? Look at this. Robert Sanchez. You won't always surprise. It's not always surprise from Robert Sanchez. Typical Robert Sanchez there.
And he has not had much to do in this game.
I keep on asking yourself, why does it start for Chelsea every week in, week out? Whenever you still see him get into this.
I think the goal will stand.
And the referee has been called to go check from the monitor and make his own profound decision if that goal is going to be chalked up or if the goal is going to stand. Craig Paulson has been sent to the monitor. Let's see what he feels about that goal as VR has called him back to check on that. Oh, there was a touch on his ankle. There was a kick on his ankle there. It got his ankle, not the ball. It was his ankle he got. So I think there's a high possibility, 90% possibility that goal is actually going to be cancelled. Let's see that again. Not the ball. He didn't get the ball. He got what's it called? He got Caicedo on his knee. What do you think?
I'm a little bit confused. I'm not sure what he actually got there.
No, he got the new you don't have to be an Arsenal fan.
No, it's not about being an Arsenal fan. He
actually got the new. But let's see if it was actually a fair challenge. And that is what we might be waiting to see. If that was a fair challenge from Pape Metesa. If it was, strong enough to be.
Sanchez, the Chelsea goalkeeper have to pray that they chop off.
Even if they chopped it off, that was a silica goal to be considered by Robert Sanchez. We're waiting for VR decisions on that goal. Will it stand or will it be chalked off? But I think that is probably going to be chalked off because Pepe Metesa went straight into the ankle of the Chelsea player right here. And let's see if that is going to be a goal for Chelsea. If it's going to be cancelled for Tottenham Hotspur. Let's see, we're still waiting for the VR decision because the referee is still right there. I'm trying to make his profound decision. Let's see what the decision of the referee is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a yellow card to who?
To the Tottenham player. Yeah.
And that goal is going to be cancelled right there. And it's going to be cancelled. So both teams have seen one goal being cancelled already by VAR in this encounter, and we're straight into the 73rd minute. Unfortunately, both goals being cancelled are goal of the week. Contender goals.
Yeah, and unlucky for what's his name now, the Pepe Metesa.
And also unlucky for Caicedo.
Yeah, the difference was that he actually tried to win the ball there, but unlike that of Moses Caicedo, the ball was coming from a Chelsea player there, but Chelsea also needs to be very careful now, and I think
if there's nothing San knows how to do, to eat the ball from the outside.
And I think since he came in, we've seen him. We saw him, going down claiming penalty also there, but.
Typical non-Madueke. That is Madueke. Always.
I think that should be a foul.
It's a free kick to Chelsea there. You can see Madueke winning Chelsea the free kick there in the 74th minute of this encounter. We have about 16 more minutes to play in this fixture between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur, but still just one goal to report in this encounter. Chelsea looking for their second goal in this encounter. You can see the Chelsea boys in the box, in the Tottenham Hotspur box there, having a conversation with themselves and know how to strategize to get Chelsea the second goal against Tottenham Hotspur. And the game is currently in the 74th minute. And looking at the statistics as it stands right now from ball possession, it looks like it's still Chelsea who are having the better share of ball possession, 57% of the ball possession, while Tottenham Hotspur have just 43% of the ball possession. It doesn't really matter. What that really matters in a game of football is getting the ball into the back of the net. And I'm not very sure one man who will really be tanking the stars has to be the Chelsea goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. That was a let off by the referee. And here's a free kick to Chelsea. Pedro Neto and they set into the box there, but that couldn't get onto the finish. No Chelsea player could get onto the finishing touch or finishing of that ball. Still Chelsea in possession right now. Cole Palmer with the ball there for Chelsea, switches position and tries to send long one straight to Pedro Neto. The Tottenham players asking for an offside, yes, and rightly given. It was an offside call against Nicholas Jackson. 75 minutes of action already. 15 more minutes to go in this encounter. It's still Chelsea leading via a slim lead. Goal scored by Enzo Fernandez and Tottenham Hotspur, who are looking to get back into this one. Both sides have seen one goal being chalked off by VAR. Let's see who we get the second goal in this game. In a game that ended 0-0 at the end of first half, Tottenham Hotspur back in possession, and we have Yumi Son on the ball there. Chose to go back to Van der Veen. Van der Veen will switch his play and finds it's the centre back Pierre Romero. Romero plays in straight and tries to find his teammate. And yes, Chelsea back in possession. What will they make out of that? Looks like they'll be sending back to the goalkeeper. Robert Sanchez on the ball for Chelsea. And what will he make out of this? And throws a long one to Wu aimlessly. And yeah, might just be a chance for Chelsea. The goalkeeper Vicario out to the rescue for Tottenham Hotspur. Chelsea back in possession, but that looks like it's going to be an offside call. Yes, rightly given to Tottenham Hotspur, and that was an offside call against Nicholas Jackson. Both Nicholas Jackson and Cole Palmer are still looking for a goal. I think Nicholas Jackson goal drought should be over 10 matches. While
Nicholas Jackson,
yes,
but he has not been playing for about 2-3.
Yeah,
okay,
we're still waiting for to count those matches.
and what's his name now?
Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer. This is his first assist since I think December.
Yeah. There's a chance for Tottenham Hotspur to attack against Chelsea. Yumi Son with the ball there as Malo Gusto to beat and finds himself in the box, and it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea. Disappointing one from Yumi Son.
Yeah, he has been very disappointed.
And they have to be careful about this matter, sir. I think you'll still have a chance at goal against Chelsea. I think there's really been a big battle between him and Caicedo in this encounter.
Yeah, and he just came in and he has been involved in a lot of play for Tottenham. And you begin to wonder why he was even on the bench in the first place there.
I think Caicedo also needs to be careful because you don't allow this kind of thing. I don't really want to see this.
No, looking at the goal, that was honestly, I don't know what the Chelsea goalkeeper.
If I'm Tottenham manager, I think I'll say to the boys, try outside shot.
Yeah, that was what I'm trying to see because you could see the Chelsea goalkeeper there. That was the first really attempt Tottenham actually go and look at how he fumbled there. Luckily for him, the VAR come to his rescue.
All right, 13 more minutes to play at Stamford Bridge. 13 more minutes to play in regulation time. I think we'll be having a lot of additional time in this encounter. After twice we've seen the referee have VAR come to make decisions in this encounter. And we are straight into the 78th minute. Chelsea is still leading 1-0, still slim lead. Tottenham Hotspur with a chance there. And it's Madison with the ball there. Chose to go back. Pape Matasar with the ball again. You can see the Chelsea players are really scared. Not really know what he's going to do there. He's still back. Pape Matasar with the ball. A cross into the box for Tottenham Hotspur. And this time around, the Chelsea player. Still Tottenham Hotspur in possession. Chelsea regains possession. Cole Palmer, we gather that, and tries to send one off there. Yeah, might just be a chance for Chelsea. Will they get onto the ball there? Yes, Pedro Neto, for Christ's sake. So throwing to Chelsea?
Yeah, throwing to Chelsea. It was headed out by the, I think, Van der Ven there.
Chelsea quickly takes out and he's back in place. Chelsea in possession of the ball. He has looks to attack for the second goal. Cole Palmer with the ball there. Approaches the Tottenham Hotspur box. And yeah, it was easily caught out there. It's going to be a throw into Chelsea right there in the 7th to 9th minute of this encounter. The clock is fast ticking down. Tottenham Hotspur needs a response. Chelsea needs a security goal in this encounter against Tottenham Hotspur.
Yeah.
Still looking at the way things are going. Looks like there's still one more goal in this encounter.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see more goals in this game.
We can't see much. I think we'll be seeing one more goal in this game. I don't just really know which color. Is it going to be the blue or will it be the white side getting the second goal in this game? Cole Palmer with the ball there tries to beat the Tottenham Hotspur player. Chelsea regains possession. He's Pedro Neto, for Christ's sake. What was that? It's Tottenham Hotspur. DJ Spence with the ball there tries to drop it back into the path of his teammates. Still Tottenham Hotspur getting hold of the ball. Lost possession to Chelsea in the dicey position. Chelsea in the box there. Might just be a chance for a second goal for Chelsea. With that beat, well, Vicario also again to the rescue for Tottenham Hotspur. And I think might just be Tottenham Hotspur breaking out against Chelsea. Might just be a chance for them. What would they make out of this? Tottenham Hotspur moving straight against Chelsea. Yumi Son with the ball. A cut in and a shot. I'll be expecting that. A free kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Unnecessary yellow card to Malo Gusto there.
Yeah, but
to Pedro
Neto there, stopping the that's Gusto. Pedro Neto, yeah.
It was so unnecessary to me, for Christ's sake. Yeah, after turning there, we all know the next thing for what Humason will try to do is try to pick the top corner. But yeah, he has got himself a yellow card, and we are straight into the 80th minute of this encounter. 10 more minutes to play in regulation time. Pedro Neto into the books of the referee, and a chance for Madison to get a shot on goal.
So let's see what will come out from this ball. And we know Madison also is also a deadly player when it comes to this kind of situations. Hope Chelsea will be able to block. I mean, the wall will be able to do the job, or including the goalkeeper himself.
Just Madison started this corner kick on duties for Tottenham Hotspur right there in the 80th minute. I guess Chelsea will he be getting a goal for Tottenham Hotspur? All the time will tell about that, and we're waiting for that corner kick, free kick to be taken there by the England international. We are waiting to see. Looks like it's a close one, and it might fancy his chance from there and taking. Took a wicked deflection over the Chelsea wall to send that out there. 81st minute, Tottenham Hotspur asking all the questions against Chelsea, but still no goal to show off for all the thrown at Chelsea in this encounter. The clock is fast ticking in this one. Let's see, the Chelsea boys have a corner kick to defend against Tottenham Hotspur right there. And you can see the Chelsea players and the Tottenham Hotspur players, they need to be careful in the box with the way they all gun the Tottenham players. And Tottenham takes that as quick as possible. Back in play is Madison with the ball. Drops it straight to his teammate. And the cross into the box. Without being for Tottenham Hotspur. Still Tottenham Hotspur knocking on the door. Yes, she a chance for a shot.
No.
The Spence very shot there. What are they asking for? Asking for a penalty or what?
I think asking for a corner.
Asking for a corner kick. Is it given? No, the referee says it's going to be a goal kick to Chelsea there. It is 2 minutes of action gone at Stamford Bridge. Still Chelsea leading via a slim lead in this encounter, 1-0 against Tottenham Hotspur. But both sides have seen one goal apiece being cancelled in this game by the referee Craig Paulson in this encounter. But I still think Tottenham Hotspur deserve a goal against Chelsea in this game.
But Chelsea deserve the winning because they've been the better side.
If you are wasteful, then you don't deserve a win.
But including Tottenham Hotspur, Tottenham waited till after Chelsea got that goal before they could, get their first shot on target.
It's like they are going defensive because this is just been thrown into this game, and Nicholas Jackson being withdrawn in this encounter. What do you think Chelsea are trying to do in the last 9 minutes of this game?
They probably play for a first 9, allowing what's his name now, Kopama to be roaming around there and see if we can get those.
Unfortunately, most times I've seen Kopama play as the first 9 for Chelsea. It hasn't really yield a goal for him. It has always been mostly disappointing for the young man. We saw him lose a penalty against Leicester City, and his frustrations still continue. How he handles this situation is what makes him a better footballer tomorrow.
Yeah, of course.
We can also see the England manager there,
Thomas
Tuchel, right there at Stamford Bridge. He used to be a former Chelsea manager. He's here to have a look at the contingent of England players who are playing in this encounter. We're straight into the 83rd minute, 7 more minutes to play in regulation time. It's still 1-0 Chelsea lead against Tottenham Hotspur. They're still chasing the park, looking for that second goal against Tottenham Hotspur. It might just be a chance for Chelsea to break into the box there. And what would they make out of this? Still Chelsea in possession of the ball. Drops it for his teammate. Look at that save from Vicario again. It looks like the only reason Tottenham Hotspur are still in this game is Vicario.
Yeah, he has made a couple of saves in this game, and to continue to keep Tottenham in this game.
Rhys James with the ball there, finds Chalobah. Chalobah returns it back onto the wing here. Yes, Chelsea tries to send a cross into the box by Enzo Fernandez, but that was actually deflected off by a Tottenham Hotspur player. We're straight into the 84th minute, 6 more minutes to play in regulation time. Still Chelsea leading via a slim lead. The slim lead goal scored by Enzo Fernandez in the 50th minute. Tottenham Hotspur coming out to attack against Chelsea, but straight into the hands of the Chelsea goalkeeper. Robert Sanchez, who had to be let down. By the referee after conceding that unfortunate goal. There'll still be a lot of words over that goal, I'm very sure.
I don't think they will have to.
But it was actually disappointing.
Honestly.
That is Tottenham Hotspur coming out to attack against Chelsea there. But that's only getting straight. Dominic Solanke has also been quiet.
Very quiet. Maybe in the second half he hasn't had hasn't had much to do in the second half, and they don't have any other striker on the bench that they could
All right, straight into this game. Chelsea looks to attack again against Tottenham Hotspur. And yeah, he's Pedro Neto on the ball. That should be a free kick. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he
was
actually
given by the
tripped you.
referee. Yeah, actually got himself into the legs of Pedro Neto, and it's a free kick to Chelsea there. Pedro Neto winning that for Chelsea. Van der Veen going straight into that tackle, and unfortunately getting the legs of Pedro Neto. It's going to be a free kick to Chelsea in the 85th minute. 5 more minutes to go in regulation time. 5 more minutes for Chelsea to defend their slim lead against Tottenham Hotspur, and 5 more minutes for Tottenham Hotspur to find that a late equalizer and possibly a late winner against Chelsea. Anything can happen in a game of football. We have 4 minutes to go right now.
Yeah.
This is Tottenham Hotspur coming back in this.
Well, it's football, as far and the way it's looking likely now, we have 5 minutes to go, and I won't be surprised if we have seen up to 8. Yeah, up to 8 more minutes, and Chelsea could still get more goal also.
There's a Pedro Neto with the ball for Chelsea there, and it's offside.
Is he offside?
It's offside.
And what's Tottenham playing now?
Schoolboy errors you see in football.
What's Tottenham?
What's this?
I don't understand.
Drop the ball. That might lead to a yellow card.
Okay, it should be Tottenham's
yellow card, unnecessary yellow card again.
Yeah, for time wasting there.
Kopama, yes, picking up an unnecessary yellow card in that situation for time wasting. And you can see the pressure finally mounting in for both sides right now. And Tottenham Hotspur, we have to restart play. It's the offside call against the Chelsea player there. What's it called? Pedro Neto. And back to the goalkeeper, Vicario, who finds Van der Veen. Van der Veen holds onto the ball for Tottenham Hotspur. Returns it back to the goalkeeper, Vicario. Vicario will find his Tottenham Hotspur teammate. Tottenham looking to break out from the back there. They just Spain's with the ball for Tottenham Hotspur. And Chelsea go back to his teammates there. Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea regains possession, but Tottenham Hotspur will break from the back, and the long one was easily met there by Chalobah. Chalobah will go straight on a big run for Chelsea. Tries to beat the Tottenham player, but don't get yourself sent off, for Christ's sake. It's going to be a throw into Chelsea, and you can see the Tottenham Hotspur player there, Van der Veen, saying Tash was a tackle on him, but the linesman says it's not going to be a free kick against Chalobah. I think that should have been. Oh, he didn't get the leg.
I'm not sure if he actually
he didn't get the leg. He didn't get the leg. I think it flew off Van der Veen.
But did he got the ball also?
Well, he didn't get the ball, but he didn't get the leg. But it was Van der Veen who cleared the ball off. Yes.
And they say it's a free kick.
Substitution to it's a throw to Chelsea. Substitution to Tottenham, and his Tell will make a Tell will be thrown into this last 3 minutes of this encounter. And he has a chance to show himself to Chelsea, because I know Chelsea were all over him during the transfer window, but he chose to go to Tottenham Hotspur after rejecting the chance of joining Chelsea.
Yeah, I think the offer that was presented to him by Tottenham was more attractive to him than that of Chelsea. That is why
it's more about the playing time. He said he wanted guarantee of more playing time wherever he goes. Yes, let's see Chelsea attacking against Tottenham Hotspur right there in the 88th minute. Yema just great chance for Chelsea, easily deflected. Tottenham Hotspur regains possession, but the Chelsea player is currently down, and referee allows play to continue. Says that was a fair challenge. It's still Chelsea back in possession right now. We are straight into the 88th minute, approaching the 89th minute of this encounter. Barely 1 minute to go in regulation time. Chelsea hanging on with all they have in this encounter. It's a throw into Chelsea right there, and it's the 89th minute. VAR want to have a check. I want to have a view of that to see if that was actually worthy of a penalty. But no, I don't think that was worthy of a penalty. Straight. Let's see that again. No, it's not. It's not. Yeah. That was a fair challenge, and the Chelsea player there. Let's see that again. I think he actually hung the leg in the air. You just have to fear footballers. All right, there is the 89th minute of this encounter, and the clock is fast ticking down. Are we going to have late dramas at Stamford Bridge between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur? And yes, still Tottenham Hotspur at the heart of the defense there. Vicario will send a long one into the halves of the field there, and easily back into the hands of Chelsea there. And yes, Chelsea in the middle of the park, still Moses Caicedo with the ball, turning beautifully well against the Tottenham player. Yeah, but just great chance for Chelsea to break through there, but Tottenham Hotspur defenders were so sharp there how to get hold of that. Tottenham Hotspur will turn defense into attack against Chelsea. Yeah, but just great chance for Tottenham Hotspur to break out and get that equalizer. Tottenham Hotspur. What a chance, and what a save from Robert Sanchez.
Oh my God.
What a save from Robert Sanchez there for Chelsea.
Heung-min
Son would have expect him to put that into the back of the net. Look at that chance there. Look at that touch. But beautiful save also there from Robert
Wow.
Sanchez. I think that actually equalized after all the errors, after that error, which allowed the Tottenham Hotspur get a goal against Chelsea. You can see
Wow.
this one frustration on his face there. He knows that should be going to the back of the net. That should have been a goal for Tottenham Hotspur. And here's a corner kick for Tottenham Hotspur to go out against Chelsea to see and get that equalizer. Easily defended here by the Chelsea players, but still half cleared. And Tottenham Hotspur this time around, it's a goal kick to Chelsea. And it's the 90th minute of this encounter. A moment from now, we'll be seeing how much minutes will be added by the fourth official. I think it should be about 10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that run from Brian Johnson there.
Yeah.
And I think beautiful initiative there from Robert Sanchez to go down almost immediately
Wow.
in saving that. Because if he had remained up, probably that would have been a goal for Tottenham Hotspur. And that counter attack has been what they've been looking for all game long.
Yeah.
When finally it came their way, and we have another substitution for Chelsea right there. It's Enzo Fernandez will be replaced, and it's Tosi Adarabioyo. It looks like the manager is going all defensive right now.
Yeah, I think he
I
wants
just pray it
to.
doesn't come back to our team at the end of the day. Enzo Fernandez has been withdrawn, and it's about 12 minutes, if
12.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 12 minutes additional time being added there.
And
by the
including
fourth
Cole Palmer.
official. Cole Palmer also been withdrawn.
I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on Chelsea with the ways.
We've seen it happen before. Chelsea conceding a goal after this kind of substitutions. Because you have a Tottenham Hotspur, having almost all the attack players coming out to attack against you. I don't really know what is going through the head of the Chelsea manager, trying to bring in defensive-minded player. Fernandez been withdrawn, Cole Palmer being withdrawn in the dying embers of this game. Dewsbury will be thrown into the game, and also Tosin Adarabioyo being thrown into this encounter to defend the last 11 minutes. Intense pressure is what I expect from Tottenham Hotspur right now.
Of course, bombard Chelsea with a lot of, but though they also need to be very careful because Chelsea still have those quick players. Talking about the two, winger, Pedro Neto and Madueke also.
Wow. Okay, Tottenham Hotspur Chelsea restart play, and it's going to roll out for a throw into Chelsea right there against Tottenham Hotspur. Still no goal for Cole Palmer. We're still waiting, looking for his first goal since December for Chelsea. Let's see how they make out for this last 10 minutes of this encounter. Do you still see Tottenham coming back in this game?
Well, with the way in the last 3 minutes they almost got a goal, but it's hard, and Chelsea are bringing in more defender. It depends on how Chelsea handle the Tottenham's attack now.
Okay, there's intense pressure from the Chelsea fans, and you can see the pressure right there from all the fans there as Chelsea are chasing this game, looking to get a 3 points in this encounter against Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur will have a chance to break out against Chelsea right now, and you can see the Tottenham fans also quietly and waiting. I think a goal is what we actually send them, into wide jubilations against Chelsea. But look at that substitution. I think favored Tottenham Hotspur getting a goal against Chelsea in the dying embers of this game.
Yeah, and it depends on how those defenders will have to handle it. And Tottenham, they've also been wasteful. Also, we've seen how they've been playing, and they waited until Chelsea got that goal before. In fact, until Chelsea got the second goal that was disallowed before they now decide to let's step up. And the way it's looking like it's very late for them.
It looks like there's an offside call against Dominic Solanke, who has not really been impressive in this encounter to me today. He has really been disappointed. We are straight into the 4th minute of 12-minute additional time. Still 8 more minutes to play at the Stamford Bridge, and 8 more minutes for Chelsea to defend against Tottenham Hotspur in this encounter. With Tottenham Hotspur be getting the equalizer, or with Chelsea be scoring the second goal against all odds in this encounter. We still have about 8 more minutes to play in this encounter. A goal kick to free kick to Chelsea, and Robert Sanchez will be laying this down. I think he might, if he's not careful, be getting a yellow card for time wasting.
Well, I don't think he has actually wasted a lot of time, and and I think that the rule of waiting for more than 8 seconds, I don't think that they've started with it. But
we've seen referees, dish out yellow cards to goalkeepers in that kind of situation, for time wasting. And we're straight into the 4th minute of additional time. Chelsea having 8 more minutes to hang on against Tottenham Hotspur in this encounter, and it's looking like Chelsea are going all defensive against Angel Postecoglou. To me, The wrongest side for you to go defensive is against Tottenham, because Tottenham all game wants to play attacking football, and for you to defend against them, how much can you soak that pressure of an all-attacking Tottenham Hotspur? The only break Chelsea can have right now is to hit Tottenham Hotspur on a counter, and that counter situation is not even showcasing the opportunity to hit out against Tottenham on a counter. Is not showing in this encounter. Straight into the 5th minute of 12 minutes additional time. 7 more minutes to play for Chelsea. 7 more minutes for Tottenham Hotspur to find that equalizer. But this time around, the Chelsea goalkeeper, we gathers that and straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez, the Chelsea goalkeeper. 5 minutes of additional time played already, and the pressure mounting on the Chelsea players and the Chelsea fans. Stamford Bridge has gone quiet right now, as everybody are just really scared of not conceding a goal. That might just end up being a yellow card for the Chelsea goalkeeper. I won't be surprised if he gets it. Here's a long one there from the Chelsea goalkeeper, sends it back into the Tottenham half there, and Tottenham Hotspur, we clear their chance, and Tottenham Hotspur back in possession, looks to attack against Chelsea. Dewsbury tries to defend that, and Tottenham Hotspur breaking out there. Solanke with the ball there, and looks to drop it straight for Brian Johnson. Yeah, might just be a chance for Tottenham Hotspur to get an equalizer in the boxes. Brian Johnson lay it off there for Pape Matassa. And still Tottenham Hotspur. You can see how scared the Chelsea players are when Tottenham tries to pick up, and yeah, might just be a chance for Tottenham Hotspur. A cross into the box, but straight into the hands of the Chelsea goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. 6 minutes gone and still 6 more minutes to play. And that was Tell. You have to solve the question, why was Tell on the bench all through this game?
Well, I don't think that. I think what's his name, Pepe Matassa, because we've seen more. To be honest, I've seen more from him than any other Tottenham player on the pitch today, aside from Destiny Udogie and what's his name, Dejan Spence. He has really outperformed the other guys on the pitch.
There's surely going to be a yellow card for Robert Sanchez in this game. There's surely going to be a yellow card for him. Oh, how on earth is he not controlling that, for Christ's sake? A professional footballer. I guess it's going to be throwing to Chelsea right there in the 7th minute of additional time. Still about 5 more minutes to be played in this encounter. Chelsea players are not in a rush, to gather or get on the ball. The Chelsea captain there, Reece James, on the throwing duties for Chelsea, tries to play in Pedro Neto, but Pedro Neto couldn't get onto that, and the referee says it's going to be a goal kick to Tottenham Hotspur. Vicario will gather that and try to send a long one back into the half of Tottenham, and Tottenham Hotspur having almost all their players sandwiched in the Chelsea half. Here's Romero with the ball there, switches play and find his defensive teammate Udogie. Udogie will come forward with the ball there for Tottenham Hotspur. Clock is fast ticking, and time is fast ticking against Tottenham Hotspur. They need to get that equalizer against Chelsea. It's the 97th minute of action right there as we are approaching the 8 minutes of additional time, which will leave us with about 4 more minutes to play in this encounter. Still Tottenham Hotspur attacking against Chelsea, taking the pressure onto the Blues, who are trying to soak up pressure in this encounter. That should be a corner kick to Tottenham Hotspur, and the referee says it's going to be a goal kick. And you can see Pedro Porro going at it with the 4th official. I think he might be getting a yellow card. Yes, and that is him getting a yellow card straight into the 8th minute of additional time. The pressure finally mounting right there at Stamford Bridge. I don't know what he's fighting for.
It should be a corner kick.
Dewsbury had the final touch on that ball. Yeah, let's see that again. Yes, it was Dewsbury who had the final touch on the ball. I think was it given as a corner kick?
A goal kick. The referee says, the lineman says a goal kick. That's why he was, agitating there. And the lineman should be doing better because he was close to it.
It was very close to him there, and just got himself an unnecessary yellow card. I think emotions are finally, getting the better of the players right there. Very soon we'll be going straight into the 9th minute of additional time. Yes, it was getting very close to that. And it's 9 minutes of 12 minutes additional time being played already. 3 more minutes for Chelsea to hang on, and 3 more minutes for Tottenham Hotspur to get that needed equalizer against Chelsea in this encounter. Longer for Tottenham Hotspur there as they look to chase out this one against Chelsea. Still Chelsea in possession of the ball, and the return is back to where it's coming from. And I think this kind of situation or this time of time is when you need Nicholas Jackson hold up play at the front.
Yeah, but he has been substituted, and just coming back from injury, and
All right, straight into the 9th minute as we're approaching the 10th minute of additional time. Tottenham Hotspur are looking to get back into this one against Chelsea. Returns it back into the middle of the park. Pepe Metasal with the ball there, finds his teammate as a look to attack against Chelsea right now, and looking for that needed equalizer. Late drama is still very much possible at the Stamford Bridge in this encounter as Chelsea are chasing the park across from Tottenham Hotspur, and finally they've won themselves a corner kick that they've been looking for against Chelsea. And here we are straight into the 10th minute of 12 minutes additional time. Should the goalkeeper Vicario be joining the attack for Tottenham Hotspur?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
And yes, Chelsea who has a corner kick to defend against Tottenham Hotspur right there in the 10th minute of additional time. Tottenham Hotspur with a chance. Almost all the players sandwiched in the Chelsea half. And that was Tosi Adrabioyo who rose highest up to get onto the ball. Chelsea regains possession, and there should be a free kick to Chelsea and a yellow card to Johnson.
I don't think we will be getting a yellow card. He didn't actually kick the ball out of frustration.
Okay. All right, straight into the 10th minute of additional time. We can see the pressure on the Chelsea fans, and we can see it also on the face of the Chelsea players. Even the goalkeeper is not in a hurry. I wouldn't be surprised if this game, goes straight into 104 minutes.
Of course, because we saw before immediately they added that 12 minutes. They were still substitution everything.
About 2 players that was being substituted by Chelsea. Even Tottenham also made their own substitution. So I think this game might be going straight beyond the 12 minutes additional time. A goal kick from Chelsea. Robert Sanchez takes it as well, straight into the 11th minute of 12 minutes additional time be added by the referee. A goal for Tottenham Hotspur now will send Chelsea into a big slumber in this encounter. Tottenham Hotspur back. Vicario with the ball outside of his box right there in the 11th minute of additional time, and barely about 30 more seconds to play in this encounter. Tottenham Hotspur looks to attack against Chelsea as it looks to chase down this late equalizer. Pepe Metasal with the ball there, returns it back into the act of defense where he finds his teammate, with Tottenham having almost all their men in the Chelsea half. And here is Pedro Neto trying to get one off on the Tottenham Hotspur player there, who wins that back and returns it back to the goalkeeper Vicario. A chance for Tottenham Hotspur to attack against Chelsea as we are going very close to the end of 11th of 12 minutes, straight into the last minute of additional time in this encounter. And Tottenham Hotspur, who has about 50 more seconds to chase this win against Chelsea. A long one played there, but Chelsea returns that back, and it's going to be a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur. 16 seconds, about 45 more seconds left to play in additional time. And don't always forget, it's always a minimum of time, not maximum of time added on. So there's every chances that it can go beyond the 12 minutes added by the fourth official. It's minimum of 12 minutes additional time. So everything can still happen when we play straight into 15 minutes. Vicario with a long one tries to play it into the half of Tottenham, and Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur attacking against Chelsea right there. And there might still be a chance for Tottenham Hotspur. Sends a long one, but the Chelsea defender Kukureya gathers that, and Tottenham Hotspur will have to defend this against Chelsea. And it's Pedro Neto chasing that and tries to go, but the Tottenham Hotspur player tries to get back to the goalkeeper. And Tottenham Hotspur with the ball. We've seen 102 minutes of action, which means we've seen 12 minutes of additional time played already at Stamford Bridge, and we are into sudden death situation right now. Should a goal come in for Tottenham Hotspur? I think probably this is due to the time wasted by the Chelsea players, and the referee still allows plays to continue. Says that wasn't going to be a tackle. Chelsea wins the ball back here and looks to chase that one. That was not immediately brought down there by is that Spence or Udoji?
Spence.
Yes, that is Spence, and it's a yellow card to Spence in the 102nd minute. We've seen 12 minutes of action already, and this might just be the last piece of action in this game between Chelsea and Tottenham. Chelsea on course to complete a double over Tottenham in the EPL.
Yeah, and opportunity for Chelsea to wind down the time. Just take your time with the ball, and hopefully once they take the free kick, the referee will just end the game.
Yes, now let's see if the referee is going to. You can see the Chelsea fans going into wide jubilations right there at Stamford Bridge, and you can see what it means also to the players on the bench. They are just ready to jump into the stadium, onto the pitch when Chelsea finally wins this game. What was that? For Christ's sake.
Is that throwing or what?
It should be a train to Tottenham Hotspur. We're straight into the 104th minute here. We said it's minimum time, not a maximum time. Tottenham Hotspur will look to attack against Chelsea right now, as Chelsea back in possession of the ball, still retains, and the referee says that is the final whistle, and Chelsea has completed the double against Tottenham. What an heartfelt game! What a pressured game we've seen from the Blues. But at the end of the day, it's a deserved victory for Chelsea, no doubt.
Yeah, I think Chelsea deserved the victory. They got they are the better side in this game. They scored one that was disallowed, and Tottenham also got a goal that was also disallowed. I think the best team actually got the. I mean, it got what they deserve, which is Chelsea getting the 3 point.
Okay, your final take on this game.
Where in the first half we saw a lot of chances being created from both sides, especially Chelsea, but they were wasteful. And in the second half, they both team actually stepped up, more especially Chelsea, and we actually got a good game. Though there was not a lot of goals, but it was a good game to watch.
Okay, now so they do I'm on Premier Sport Fan Center. Anytime we game day on air, we do always day inside the studio to give you as the matter they go around the world. Not just football. You can also join us on Friday when we day studio to do talk sports. And on that one we talk about anything sport around the world. But now so they do tonight, and that is how much we can take tonight on this Premier League broadcast of the game between Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur. Until we come your way tomorrow for. Okay, I'm still talking about it before we finally go out of the studio. I'll always bring you back to this big one on Sunday between Manchester City and Manchester United. Are you expecting are you expecting an attacking game like this?
Well, I'm not even sure what I'm expecting from, because both teams they've not been convincing. We saw how Nottingham Forest defeated Manchester United away from home. They go look at how Anthony Elanga, the former Manchester United player, ran from almost 40 yards to get that goal. And Manchester City, though they defeated Leicester City also, we all expected them to defeat Leicester City, but 2 quick goals in the first half, and that was all they could get. And both teams have been struggling, but Manchester United will be having advantage of playing at home. And we've seen with Manchester United, Manchester Derby, most time it's not about form, because we've seen Manchester United win Manchester City when you don't even expect it. But with this current Manchester United I don't think they will be able to get. Highest they'll get will be a draw.
Okay, you can hear that, and join us tomorrow on Talk Sports, where we dish out and try to have a good view of analysis or preview of that game between Manchester United and Manchester City. That is a mouth-watering Manchester derby that you don't really want to miss. That is about how much we can take on Premier Sports Fan Center today. Until we come your way tomorrow, it's bye for now.